No. Well, hello and welcome everyone for tuning in. I'm sorry, he just came in on no one likes Outline Wiener. That's the worst thing ever to ever hear. But anyway, welcome back to a very special After Dark. It's like one of those things where they say on the TV
After
show,
Dark, suckers.
a very special episode of After Dark, where we talk about Game of Thrones.
We tricked all you Twin Peaks fans, huh? We're gonna be talking about Game of Thrones. It was amazing.
Spoilers. So if you don't want spoilers, get out now.
Yeah, get out now.
That's for sure.
Or put us on mute.
Yeah.
Because we want to keep the numbers going. But obviously, you know who we are. This is Myra. For those of you that are joining us, she was on After Dark with me last week.
Yes.
Daniel was on After Dark with me this week. And I was on After Dark for the last month.
There you go.
But we want to talk about Game of Thrones because it's one of those kind of series that are it's a viewing party type series.
Yes.
It is.
And we needed to have one, so we were shooting in the studio, and we actually decided not to do Twin Peaks because Game of Thrones was a bigger deal.
Yes, it was.
Let's talk about a few things. Before we get into that, you can use that super chat feature. What the super chat feature does is it helps. Don't say donate. Hashtag don't say donate.
Hashtag
It helps
don't say donate.
support the show. It helps support the show in any way we can. We like to give back to you, the fans. Actually, oh man, if they could pull it up, I bet you they can't. But I have a book that we can give out. It's called 1,000 Things You Should Know Before You Die about Game of Thrones.
Oh,
so
shoot.
we'll make that a contest today.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
You know? No, I didn't bring it. I completely didn't know we were going to do this.
Well, we have it.
But we do have it. It's called The 1,000 Things You Should Know About Game of Thrones Before You Die. We're going to be giving that out today on this show.
Mm-hmm.
What we're also going to do is let you guys know about our TeePublic store. That's that hashtag show TeePublic. We have cool shirts in there.
Oh my god.
Go check those out. Also, we have a group that you can join on Facebook to keep the conversation going. And some of you guys, like Kat and Larry, a lot of you guys that are in there keep the conversation going for sure. And I'm going to put that group in there right now.
No, it's a great group where once again everyone's able to interact as far as fans, THS fans. Like, you know, we're all family pretty much. We're all hashtaggers. So everyone getting on, being able to just discuss nerd things in a safe environment to do it.
Yes.
So if you haven't yet and added yourself to it, go ahead and click in that chat. Add yourself to it. Trust me, you'll love it.
Yeah, and then what else do we got? We're going to be going over a few things. So this is what we're going to do. We're also going to take live calls, and I know you guys like that. We're going to be talking Game of Thrones, obviously. We're going to be talking about Migdalia's article that she wrote. She had the top 8 things that need to be answered this season. We're going to find out if those things were answered.
That's right.
And at the end of the show, towards the end of the show, we're going to be talking about which hashtag show cast member would be which Game of Thrones character.
Yeah.
So we put a list together with everybody. It wasn't just us. Our producers were involved.
Yeah.
And we got who we got. So that's going to be fun for you guys too. But thank you for joining us.
Can we talk about board Game of Thrones?
Oh man, I knew that was coming.
Come on, man.
Yes.
Oh my god. So,
Seriously?
Come on, dude. Did you let her win?
Honestly, dude, I'm surprised no one flipped the bitch.
I swear, I thought you guys were going to be insane. I
waiting for
wanted that kind of drama, though. I did. I wanted one moment where you guys were like, you know what? Fuck this! And toss the table, and like the whole game's over.
It was good for me. I was there with my popcorn.
I was! and then, like, the episode before, you guys had a little bit of a blow up, and I was like, finally, this is it! This is it!
Alright, so, alright, I'll talk. I
mean,
mean, this is After Dark. I'll talk about whatever. But, like, did we let her win? I'll put it to you like this. I didn't let her win.
Okay.
Migdalia didn't let her win. And I'll stop it right there.
Oh, wow.
But I didn't let her win. Migdalia didn't let her win. Truth is, like, the way that we all kind of worked it out. I mean, because both of you were asked to be on it because we had a 6 spot.
Yeah,
it just scheduling conflicts didn't work out. You guys don't know about this, but that episode took us hours to film. But not only that was fine. The hardest part was that when I meant that game was a friendship breaker, I wasn't kidding. But it got nasty. You guys saw like a couple maybe a couple seconds of it.
Seconds, man.
Man, there was so many. That wasn't the only one.
There were so many
something. Here's another behind the scene thing. So people think that me and Migdalia were the only ones that had an alliance. Not true. I also had an alliance with Kelly. So, and this wasn't didn't make the final cut. But a lot of people don't know this. what happened is I just got done doing one of my interviews.
Right.
And Kelly stayed back around there saying that she had to do something else. And she was like, hey, right when I was coming back out, she pulled me back into the conference room. She was like, hey, I got to talk to you on the camera. And I was like, okay. And she offered me this alliance.
Oh,
And this is a true
How did
story.
that not make it? We didn't get
Producers
the
off camera, can you say yes or no? Can you confirm that I had an alliance with Kelly on the show?
Yes.
I thought you guys knew.
No, it wasn't on the show.
It
They didn't
wasn't
see
on the
that.
show. We didn't get to see it.
So
I thought they knew.
no, so they didn't know. Nobody knew, and that's the funny thing. Nobody knew. Kelly kept it quiet. I kept it quiet.
Sneaky.
So the whole time,
That should have been filmed. Oh my god.
so the whole time that everybody saw me and Migdalia's alliance, and nobody had any idea that me and Kelly
Right.
were doing a thing. And that's why there's one round. I don't know what round it is, but there's one round that I was in there, and I randomly attacked Sam out of no reason. That was that time I had the alliance because everyone was like, "What are you doing?" And it's
Right.
like, I have this. I didn't say
Yeah.
anything, but it just was out of place. So that's when you could tell that I had that alliance
They
with
figured
Kelly.
it out.
But nobody else figured it out.
My loyalty is to my queen.
Right?
That's it, right? Was that what it was?
Seriously.
Your loyalty was to
Well,
the queen?
at the time, yeah. So I had an alliance with Kelly and Migdalia. Actually, I didn't have an alliance with Sam, but he says that we had this unspoken
kinda fell into
alliance.
place.
But he concentrated so hard on trying to be Kelly, didn't even matter.
Well, I'm gonna say this, C-Cat, you backed the wrong horse. But
Well,
I think
all right.
everyone did
So-
because a lot of people were like, "Oh, I want Joe to win." I was like, because everyone wanted Joe to win, I was like, okay, he can't win.
I don't think
Someone has to win instead.
I don't think that what ended up happening, and I'll tell you the truth. So the last round, the way it really played out, what you saw is kind of what happened, but you didn't see it in full. There was 3 things that were going to happen. Sam was going to win, Migdalia was going to win, or I was going to win.
Okay.
But here's what happened. After you guys
Sam?
saw on episode 6,
Right.
Jasmine had her blowout.
Whoa.
Jasmine had her blowout, and Kelly felt bad for her. So what ended up happening is that they started teaming up on. Well, you saw I fought literally
Oh, I
everybody
love
in that
this.
round. So if you notice, I fought Sam.
Right.
I didn't fight Kelly, but I fought Jasmine and I fought Migdalia. I fought pretty much everybody, and I knew my strategy was to make it to the end. And if they wouldn't have supported against me, I would have taken 2 castles in one turn. And I would have won the game right then and there. So nobody saw that, and then they were like, "Oh, well, you can't win in this." And Migdalia was like, "You can't win in this turn." She only said that because she didn't think I was going to backstab her.
Oh,
But I did.
wow.
Anyway, we got a super chat from Larry Newbill.
Wow.
And that's why I don't mess with those
Super
type
chat?
of board games. That's what he says. And that's why I don't mess with those type of board games. Ha ha ha. Sneaky, sneaky. No, no. Now, I'm
true.
going to make an announcement right now. We just got done doing. You guys just got done seeing the game, board Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
Next up for us is going to be a zombie themed game. It's a zombie themed board game, and I think it's going to have new people on. I think both of you guys might be on it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think Rob's going to be on it. Our new guy,
I'm
Rob.
already afraid though. Come on.
Zombies.
We know what happens.
Well,
to
this
black
game is
people
going to be
in
really
zombie
cool
movies.
because this is one of those games where you can either choose to win on your own or you could try to team up with everybody.
Right.
You can leave people behind. You can just help save people. It's not. I don't. It can be as cutthroat,
like
but
my
we'll see.
kinda game.
We'll see.
I'm becoming the governor right there, and I will watch everyone follow me.
It's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait. I can't freaking wait. That's going to be a fun game.
Oh, we're doing our makeup for that too, right? I heard a little rumor.
Oh,
Yeah. So the little bit of production's going into that. We were actually discussing. I don't even know if I can say any of this stuff, so I might save it. But like the way that we're doing it is a lot. It's more cinematic as well.
ooh,
That's dope.
ooh.
So there's going to be a lot new things added to that.
Oh, you guys are going to be so excited for that.
But let's talk
Can't wait.
about GOTS 7.
Yes.
Game of Thrones season 7 right now. Let's get into it.
Let's backtrack a bit because we have to talk about when the Ice King took off that dragon and then from the episode today. Because seriously, dude, that was insane. I cried. I felt all the feels that you could possibly feel
Okay.
in that episode.
I gotta say the best thing to come out of that was there was a meme where the one on the horse,
Oh, yeah,
is
I-
sitting up there, and he's like, "I want a dragon," and then the
my
Ice
beer.
King says, "Hold my beer." I love that.
Yes,
That's
it was dope.
literally how it did feel when it happened. He saw him up there, and he was like,
Right.
and then literally,
He's like, I got you.
oh my gosh!
There's a great,
and Danny just.
Oh man, there was
She
a great
lost it.
Instagram thing that we put up on that hashtag show's Instagram account where it was like the Westeros Olympics.
Oh my god! Yeah! Oh yeah! And he got the Night King got
Yeah,
the javelin toss,
Theon got diving.
diving. Oh my Yeah, what's the name got running?
Yeah, Gendry was running.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
But how amazing was that? First of all, you had to know when going into that one of the dragons were going down.
You know you had to, but I did. You knew it, but you didn't want to accept it.
Is that your favorite character?
Huh?
Daenerys? Is that your favorite?
No, I just love the dragons. Man, the dragons.
Come on.
Come
They're
on.
dragons, right?
I mean,
Actually,
they had to be a threat. I mean, I kind of saw this all coming. I'm actually a little. This finale was intense. It was like literally edge on the seat. Like, what's gonna happen
Yeah.
in almost every scene?
honestly,
But it ended really well, though.
It ended the way it needed to end.
Yes, but I feel like because the other episodes, I was like, oh, leak the other episode, leak it now. You
Right, it
know,
did kinda
where
feel
to
that
this
way.
one, I'm content.
I was
I'm
like,
not-
don't leak it. Yeah,
I'm good.
yeah, it was. I didn't mind about leaking all the other ones, but this was one I was like, you better not leak. And now I have to decide and
Oh, I
say
was leaking.
my favorite character is the Night King.
Why?
Dude, okay, he was one of
he
the
got-
first children, or whatever that thing was, the first man or whatever. It's not his fault that he got turned into what he is. And now he's coming for revenge because it's like, you know what, this shouldn't have happened to me. You guys literally did
Because they're
this
not
to me.
necessarily bad
Wait,
guys.
wait,
No, but you guys did this and created this and made me like this immortal thing that's like, I can never live the way I should.
Daniel.
Because of what you guys did
You
to me.
really, really, really put a lot of thought into it.
I did. Because when according to the book, it's a different origin, but according just going for the show, going for just straight up GOT, it's unfair, man. That's so unfair. All the things that have happened.
What are you
to him.
talking about? He's kicking everybody's asses.
No, now he is. But the only reason he's doing that is
point.
because it's his level of revenge. It's like, you know what? This is what happened to me, and it's not fair that it did. Fuck the world. I want to see the world burn because of what happened to me.
Listen, for all of you fans out there that,
These
yes, we are
gods
going to be
did it
taking
to
calls
me.
Blackwing, but it's going to be Game of Thrones related tonight. For all of you guys out there that aren't watching Game of Thrones, you are doing yourself a huge disservice because we do a lot of after shows here. But I would say that the only reason we're not doing a consistent Game of Thrones after show is because we
already
started
started,
hashtag show
yeah.
too late. Game of Thrones is already going on. We do watch it, like we're huge fans
on
of
it. We are
But I
on it.
think we might be doing next season a Game of Thrones after show for the finale.
Yeah, you know, that makes
mainly
sense.
because every single person on our show watches it. Every single person. Next season's last season.
Yeah.
Every single person watches it. So
So drafting.
and I think that's one of those shows where it doesn't necessarily matter who's. It's like, okay, this is our cast. Now it's gonna be like another After Dark.
Right.
It's actually
Yeah,
Game of
well,
Thrones.
but
kind of like
that's
this is
the
a test drive for
but,
it, really.
But that's the thing. People will hurry and rush to be part of the Game of Thrones after show. That would be the thing. Like it's gonna be like, well, how many chairs do we have?
Yeah, we shut down our studio. We were supposed to shoot, like I said, we were supposed to shoot Twin Peaks. We canceled it. You were at a convention earlier,
Yep.
so was I. But we got here to watch this. But it was a lot.
We just had to talk about it. And you know what? Theon, he made up.
Nah,
Theon-
to me, nothing is ever gonna make up for
No,
what Theon
I'm
did.
just saying he's coming back up. Like, come on. Like, he could have just continuously be a coward,
Like,
run away, ditch his sister.
Here's the thing with Game of Thrones. If you really think about it, I don't
Wait. Daniel, you have sympathy for the Night King.
Yes,
But
but
no,
you
not
did-
for Theon. He's
Okay,
not true.
and I'll say this, and I'll say as to why.
Battle.
The
Yeah,
Night King.
battle.
Okay, so Theon has turned tail and been such a fucking rat to everyone.
Wait, but think beyond it.
But he lost his nuts.
Okay, he
Before
was
that.
okay, think about
What
this
did he
way.
do to Eddard Stark?
No, want to know
Come
what?
on.
It wasn't even that. It was beyond. It was a mental thing because by the age of 9,
Uh-huh.
he was taken.
That's true.
Knowing that he was not a
He was
Stark.
not a Stark,
In
yeah.
his mind, you're a prisoner, even though we don't treat you like a prisoner.
Right.
It's like, for example, like when kids are get adopted or whatever, they always ask, "Where's my dad?
Where's my dad?" Right, true,
It was
true.
kind of like that, and knowing he was like he was next in line. You know, because his brother died.
That's right, he was
So
supposed
at
to
the
be.
same time, it's like
Okay.
I should be king, man.
So-
like, don't get me wrong.
So he ended up sympathizing with his
I
captain.
just can't. What is that?
I get it.
just can't
Can't
wait
wait
to
to
be
be king.
I'm terrible.
Yeah, that's
and don't get
true.
me wrong. There's moments where I hate Theon, and I actually had a friend convince me and tell me this, and actually had to think about it because
Okay.
people were sympathizing with Sansa, and I don't sympathize with her
Why?
because same thing with Theon. Same thing because their greed, pride, their choices got them where they're
It's
at.
not Sansa.
Yes, they did.
No.
If she was smarter instead of always listen, because that's the thing. She wasn't strong enough at the point where she could take control of her own choices. She was allowing people making her choices, which allowed her to go into where she ended up at.
I mean, listen, Sansa's getting what she wanted all along now,
Now, yeah.
but it's taken her about 7 seasons to get there and a lot of drama.
Right, but she's not the only one.
Oh, hold on. I'm sorry. I'm looking at the chat right now. Oh, and
Larry Newbill, Daniel wants my bracelets. Hold me, beer.
yes,
Hold my
I do.
beer.
I
Larry,
do want
I
your
want a
bracelet.
bracelet.
I want one of those
You
bracelets
saw
too.
it,
Yeah, I
right?
saw
It
it.
lights up. Larry, please.
I want a blue one.
Please, I need one as soon as possible. Actually, I want a red one because I know I wear red stuff, but I don't have like red accessories. Yes, I want one. Please, just tell me, man. You wouldn't tell me how to get it, man. Just let me know.
Larry, give me one before you give him one.
I was like, let me know. I'll go and get it myself, man. Just let me know, man.
Just tell me where you live.
But yeah, right. I will go. But I saw in the chat earlier about Blackwing saying that, well, I just don't jump on to certain fandoms. So, I mean, if you think about it, comic books have been going on forever, even before you were born. That's a fandom that you jumped onto. Now, you said certain fandoms. So, why do you choose one particular one and not the other? What is wrong with the certain fandoms? Like, why are you against?
Selective?
Yeah, why are you selective
I don't
against?
necessarily.
certain games?
I don't
just
think he's
wanna
saying.
know.
I don't think he's saying he's against it.
No,
as
he
much
just
as-
says I don't jump on to certain fandoms.
All right, so
like
I
I get
think
that,
a
but I just
little
wanna
bit-
know why.
I can sympathize a little bit, and this is
Okay.
me talking from experience. Is that personally, everybody pretty much here watched Firefly, and I didn't, and I thought, and I'm not a Joss Whedon guy, so I understand hey, I'm not gonna get into something. It's almost like being like, oh, I understand it's the in thing,
It's
but
too hyped.
it's already hyped, and I don't want to be like.
But you have one.
Oh, you're one of
I love it now.
But see, that's
You're
the
one
thing.
of those. You're the one of those where
No.
it's too popular right now. I'm too cool.
Well,
for
listen,
it.
I feel like everybody's like that to an extent.
No, because
Are
to me,
you not like that with anime?
I am.
Heck no. Well, you know what?
Oh yeah, thank you.
No, okay. I've been doing anime
See,
since
this is the same argument.
since you're right. No, I get what you're saying now. And to think about it that way, because
Everybody's like that with
yeah, because
something.
the anime now is totally different, though.
Yeah, exactly. It's not the
Completely
same. So
different.
I feel like a lot of new fandoms are like this, but I'm now open to
Okay.
give. Listen, I'm a Disney fan now,
Got me
so I'm open to
there.
giving
Well-
everything a chance.
All right, I
Don't-
would still
don't
love
give
to
me
know.
that.
Like
Don't give me
Blackwing,
that.
just tell me as to
and
why
the
you're like,
moment
nah.
we all been waiting for Daenerys and Snow.
Jon
Finally-
Snow rode a dragon.
What? Well, yeah.
That was in the chat actually, but
Yeah, we saw that.
That's a good one.
that's in
That's
the
a
chat.
good
I
one.
can't take credit
That's
for
a
that.
good one.
I can't
I
take
want to
credit
hear
for
your
that.
guys' opinion. Why you think Tyrion was all like emo and disappointed or like angry?
I think there's a couple ways to look at that. There could be the disappointment because he's falling in love with.
That's what I thought too. Because if you notice, everybody's falling in love with Daenerys' personality, her in general, because they
She's
never
a
met
great
a
person.
power woman.
She,
Yeah.
Well, she's a great person, dude.
Is
She's
she?
like, yo, I don't believe in the idea of the slavery. I feel that every man should be free.
I don't
Allow
think
them to
she's
be.
as great as I don't think she's the hype. And I'll give you an example.
Okay.
Tyrion was right. He when they killed the Tarleys, Samuel Tarley's family, she did have a choice not to kill him. He said maybe the father, yes,
She did
but
not
she
have a
didn't
choice.
have to kill the son.
She did not have a choice.
Why not? She
Because
did have a choice.
she already said in the beginning she can't go back on her word. That
That's
would
a
make her look
choice you can
weak.
make, though.
But not when you're going for queen. You have to have somewhat control.
John's gonna sit on that Iron Throne, and he is going to be the most just dude that there is because Jon Snow's not about. He's like, listen, he knows right from
Right.
wrong.
I just want the people. I just want to
But
do what's right
same
for the
thing.
people.
Like Dickon, because that's his name.
Yeah,
It is
right.
Dickon.
He chose, oh, you're gonna kill my dad. I'm gonna go with him too. Like that was gonna make a difference. The point is, I said what I said.
But you know what? See, for me, that's loyalty. That's real loyalty.
No,
They're
it
like,
is.
we're gonna go
It
down
is.
with what we. And I think that was the wrong decision. She didn't. So it's pretty much,
Nope.
hey, I'm gonna force you to bend the knee,
No.
and this is the way I'm gonna do it out of fear. That's how everybody else has been running this.
Right, and we get that, but at the same time, sometimes you just have to go with it. Because think about it, if she was not to do it and go back and they're still faithful to Cersei, then what?
I don't think that would have
Then-
been it. I
then
think you
where's
show
no-
them. You
if-
show them a better world. You show them a better way. You
Not
show
that
them
way
that there's
when
a
they're
difference.
when they're ignorant in themselves.
That's why Tyrion was like, "Listen, there's always another way. Like you
No,
don't.
but
If you're not,
the
you're not
Tyrion was
changing
also,
anything."
No, but Tyrion
Okay.
was also for his sister. When you saw him,
He's
why
not.
do you think I've been holding her off for a while? Because I still care for you.
I don't
Well,
think that's what it is. I don't think so at all.
Because remember, Tyrion does say before he even
Yeah.
goes in there, you have to learn how to lie. There's one thing you must learn about Tyrion. Tyrion is. It's so easy for Tyrion to say a lie and make it look like
Yeah.
it's not a lie at
And
all.
remember,
So I mean, does he really care for her?
is
or
just
not?
like Snow. It's like if I
She's
say it,
not.
I say.
She's not.
Well, in that point where what I say is gonna go. Like, there's no way I can't. Like,
But she's doing it out of fear. Jon
Her
Snow
word is
wouldn't
bond.
do that. Jon Snow's
well,
doing
he
it.
wouldn't. But I'm just saying, like.
And I think that's the difference. That's
Well,
why
look
I
at-
don't think
he
she should be sitting on the
He
Iron
almost
Throne.
sacrificed, even Cersei, but still, in his mind, not knowing that Cersei was gonna fucking flip a bitch, he also said, "I can't do that. I can't. How am I? Like, that's me. I can't."
But that's my point. He's not trying to win at political power. He's not trying to get a throne. He's trying to do what's best for the
Right.
people.
But
He
he's
is the
no,
real
that's the-
people's champion. He's the real
Okay,
bake
let's just-
breaker
okay.
of the. He freed the wildlings. He took
He's
them
a
in. He's like
breaker
they're
of chains.
people. He's the real breaker of
She
chains.
freed all those people too.
Yeah, but look how she did it. Like, there's a difference. I understand she did it for the right reasons.
Right.
But her, so this is New Testament, Old Testament. John.
Okay, okay.
If we're talking biblical, I'm not a Bible guy.
Right,
For
right,
those
right,
of-
No, but here's the thing.
But here's the thing.
You're right.
Old Testament is eye for an eye, revenge. These are what your slavers did. Do the same thing to them.
Mm-hmm.
John's not that guy. John's like, listen, the past. Like when he was talking
Right.
to Theon. The past is the past. Something I can forgive you for, some things I can't.
True.
And pretty much, he's just like, you know what? I'm gonna turn the other cheek. You go do what's right for
Well,
you.
what he did say also in that was there are some, like you said, some things that are for me to forgive, other things are not.
Right.
In that way, it's the same thing where Danny said, well, ultimately, you can take up your bonds and you can do this because there are some things she can forgive, but some things it's not
Yeah.
for her to forgive.
But I don't
It's
think
for
he was-
them
I don't
to-
think-
it's for them to be able
It's just-
to
But
rebel
that's
and
my
change.
point.
It just gets
That's
to
my
the point.
point.
It just gets to the point where it's
John's
beyond.
not fighting anyone else's battle. John's fighting for what he thinks is best.
All right.
That's why he
Yeah,
was in the
but he
Night's
almost
Watch.
screwed it up. Like
When?
if
When they killed him.
Yeah. No.
But even that, he died for what he believed
That's
in.
right. That's very
Right.
true.
But like, for example, how everybody says, "Wow, we're fucked." Because you didn't lie for it, and I respect the fact
And he did
what
it
he
great.
did because that's probably something. No, I probably wouldn't do that, but
well,
still,
he honestly, John did that, so it was a public display. So it was like, "Yo, girl, I got you." Like
He
that.
didn't do
Let
it
me
for
get
that.
in there.
He didn't.
Oh, that's why he did it.
No.
John was like, "Yeah, I got to make a public display.
Dude,
That's how
he
important
already
it
had-
is.
he already
I'm
had
gonna
that
get
in-
them
he already had it.
sheets." And that's what he did. He was like,
He didn't do it
"Yeah,
for
I
that.
got that fire."
John is for sure
Very loyal.
like
No,
the most loyal dude
yeah.
and deserves to be sitting.
Well,
on the throne.
that's very true. But John's one of those that leads by example, and that was a clear
Right.
example. In the moment where it's like, okay, I could do this
No,
for
but
the
here's the-
betterment of, I feel
Right.
that what is
But here's
best
the-
is still tell the truth.
But the difference between Khaleesi's and John wasn't being hunted by everybody to be killed. Her brother sold her, and then even then, Rob Baratheon wanted to kill her. Everybody was after her. Even the guy with the bald guy with the kids, he even sent out to kill her.
I don't know about. I mean, yes, but
I'm
she
just
put
saying
she's put a
her-
target on her back.
But no,
The
she
difference-
as she
didn't.
rose, as
As
she
she
rose
rose to power,
as
she
she
put
rose
a
to power,
target
she
on her
did.
back.
She did.
I agree with you,
But that's what
her
happens for
birthright,
anyone.
her birthright had her more in the light than John. But you also have to
Yeah,
realize,
but no one was giving it to her either. So that's why you
She
can't
took it.
blame her for
The-
having to make certain decisions where it had to be with fear. Because
No.
that's, yeah.
just rules don't lead with fear.
See, John didn't have to worry about it because he came from, he didn't have
But
a
he
hit list on his back.
yes, he does. They were trying to kill all the Starks, and John's one of the Starks.
Yeah,
No,
and
remember when he went to the wall? They weren't
But
hunting him
because
at the wall.
he was protected at the wall. That's the
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
difference. But you look what happened to Robb Stark. Look what happened to the youngest Stark brother, Rickon.
Right.
Like every single Stark. Look at Sansa. I was gonna say Maisie Williams.
but here's the thing, that-
Arya had to run away to a whole other land to get
Yeah,
away.
but
Yeah.
that wasn't.
So they
because-
were
no,
all hunted.
But it didn't start that way. It was turned into that by Littlefinger.
It was, but that's during season one.
Where Khaleesi's was already born with the hit list.
Well, she was on. No, she wasn't born with it.
Yes, she was. When they found out, oh shit, there's a female.
There's a
they're
Targaryen, sure.
They're gonna marry her off. They already knew the loop,
Well, that was later on down the line when they were on the
but
run.
they knew.
Okay.
Yeah, but same thing.
Where the Stark family, if it was controlled and say Littlefinger never got involved, they still would have been cool with everybody.
But that's would have, could have. But the thing is that
That's what
that's
I'm saying,
not what
though.
happened.
It would have, could have. But Khaleesi didn't have that woulda, coulda choice.
But she's
She didn't
yes, she
have
does.
that
Everybody
opportunity.
has a choice. This is
She
one.
didn't,
The
though.
one thing about this
She didn't
show.
have that opportunity.
She had a
Well, no.
survival.
The
she
The
had-
one
she
thing
was
that the
in
show
survival
teaches
mode.
you is that everybody has a choice, and depending on the choices they make, it's either redeeming them or it's not.
Right, no, and I get that, but I'm just saying her choices were guided by by one options. Like it wasn't like she was already knowing that, hey, I have people hunting me down. I need to start making my choices quick because if I do the wrong one, I'm gonna die. And I have to make these people fear me so they can leave me alone. And also know.
But
hey,
at this
no,
point, she was already had power, and she was making people fear
Well,
her.
also, see, that's the thing.
And
I feel-
3 dragons.
I feel that the
Well, yeah,
move
because
that,
no one was taking her seriously until
I'm
maybe
pretty
like third
sure
or fourth
when the
season.
I
when the
feel-
Tarleys saw the dragons, they took her seriously.
very true, but I will say this concerning the whole fear thing. I don't feel the whole thing at Slaver's Bay was something that she did out of fear, like to make people fear her. I don't think it was. It was something to do out of respect, but the reason she did it was also okay. I'm letting the slaves go free,
Right.
and with that, if I allow the slavers to live. You know what they're going to do? They're going to use their power and influence to put everyone back into slavery
Right.
so they can continue with the
Right.
way
I don't
things
disagree.
work.
I don't
Nobody
I
disagree
have
with
to
that.
I
actually,
agree.
I have to either send them away or kill them. And remember,
Right.
when she was on that mount, she gave them the option.
Yeah,
you
we're
can
talking
leave
about-
And
or
you know what?
you can die.
And now she
they
doesn't-
chose
We're
to stay
talking
in
about
that.
two
agree.
different things,
No, but
though.
here's the thing. Want to know why?
You're talking about the slavers. I'm
No.
talking
Right.
about the Tarleys.
Wanna
She
know-
did not have to do that.
Want to know why?
okay,
Because
she
she didn't
did.
have
She
time.
did.
She didn't. It was now. It's time, dude. I don't have time to deal with this. Either with me now or you're not.
Well,
Because
then,
everything's
if that's the
being set
case,
up.
but the difference,
She's
and this
very
is my
Cersei.
point. This is my point, though. The difference between her and John
Mm-hmm.
is that if John really wanted to, hey, we don't have time to fight. Yeah, sure, I'll do this and I'll lie to you. John didn't do that, though. John's like, you know what? I'm not about that. I'm
Right,
honorable.
because you can't compare them. You can't compare the two of them because they come from totally different.
Forget about how they come. It's not where they come from. It's about how
which
who
one
they
is
are.
Who's the best to be on the throne?
It's who's more fit to be on the
But the
throne.
thing is, people can get broken. You forget these are still people. They're not like fucking. They're not gods or anything. They're still people. They're going to make mistakes. Like that's why I don't and I do feel sorry for Sansa. Like everything she does, that sucks. That really sucks. But at the same time, like you said, you kind of made some choices that led you to that. You had your chance to leave before, but you still stayed longer.
I don't think that's the case. I think, listen, she played it to where she needed to
And
go.
I get it, but at
But
the
that
same
was
time-
what was going to happen.
Right, but if you're gonna suck it up and take it, like don't bitch about it later. You had to do
Right.
what you had to do.
Right.
I get it
I don't know. I don't feel the same way about that. I feel that like
because she had the opportunity to leave with what's her name.
I feel that people have when did she have the opportunity to leave?
Remember when she gave her the candle and she's like, "You can go now," and like something happened and she didn't. And then later she put the candle up when she gave, like when she was over. it,
Because she was waiting for
done.
the right time. She was scared. You can't just leave it every.
I'm sorry, but if it was me and I already had it that bad, I was like, dude, I've chances, man. Let's go.
And she,
Let's
what
go.
if it's all a game? Because you obviously know.
I'm done getting anally raped.
Listen,
Let's go.
Bolton Ramsey, though, you have to understand, is that like he's the same guy that tried it. Like, hey, Theon, I'm gonna help you out and do this,
I know.
only to fuck
Only
with
to
him
fuck
and
with
like
No,
cut
I
off his
get it.
nuts. Like,
I get it.
you know what I mean? So
no,
it's
but
like,
you know what? I give her mad props when how she got Ramsey. That shit was dope.
dogs.
Yes.
Ooh.
Ramsey
Ooh.
was one of the best villains.
Yes, he was.
He was.
He's
I-
well, one of the
who's-
best villains ever, man. The
Yeah.
man.
Who's
is
better,
just-
him or
Joffrey.
Joffrey?
Him, Ramsey.
Ramsey, because
Dude,
he
yeah.
took
put
it even
those two
beyond
together.
Joff.
Oh my God,
You have
Ramsey would
Satan.
cut his.
Oh man, yeah,
Right?
right.
Well, he's smarter than Joffrey.
Yeah.
Yes,
exactly.
yes.
Let's talk about some of the highlights of this. One thing that I loved was the Stark girls.
Oh man.
Arya and Sansa, they had some great scenes, and they built up so much good
Yeah.
tension.
Man.
And there was that theory last week that are they playing Littlefinger
Yeah.
to kind of like
And it
And
came
they
to
had
fruition.
to. They
It
had-
came to fruition. It
that
was
shows
great.
how far the Starks have
Right.
come. Though.
Right. I
Like not
agree.
even Bran was like
He
like
knew,
going
man.
back
Yeah,
in.
right,
He's
right.
like, no, this
I'm
is what
just here to
happened.
watch.
Yeah, right. But I love. Yeah, he was like, "Ooh, I already know what's gonna happen." Like he was ready for it. Like
Right.
I just need to see it happen now. Like without an issue, without a flinch. And it's great because once again, the Starks are how we started the show. You know, and they were the family you were rooting for, and now they've been taken apart, sent to different areas. They've been like individually destroyed and rebuilt, and they came back together as a family at that moment without a question.
Right, like
and
at
that
the end.
was dope because it's like the Starks who I want to see win. You know, ultimately, just and when I say win, I mean live, survive, and just be exactly who they are. They didn't say they wanted to be king and queens. They just want to, you know, hey, I just want to live and be peaceful.
Right.
That's what they want, and they're getting to that point, even
Right.
though it's through violence. So I love it.
Let's do some quick things. What was your favorite scene of the night? That big of a pause, huh?
No,
Night King on a
Nobody likes dead
dragon.
air, guys.
Night King
Sorry.
on a dragon.
I was totally went like
That was my favorite part.
We can't-
The
I
Night
think-
King on the dragon. Just,
he's all what?
My favorite
dude,
scene.
he came in like, oh.
Daniel, I almost feel that if you were in the real Game of Thrones, Night King's coming, you're like, kill me, I'll be on your. You're gonna
I'm
win.
like, look, let's just finish this. Don't burn me so my body's all kind of. Oh God, help me out! Like
You won't able to throw
I
spears
kill
around the board.
myself. Like fucking, I'm in. And that's it.
How you doing, Oscar Lopez? What was your favorite scene?
I think mine was the sexy time part with her.
John's
Yeah.
booty. I gotta say, I was like,
Yes.
man, that's
Jones booty.
man. I gotta put me to what the.
Yes.
I'm gonna get
I
on
think
the
my
stairs.
favorite scene is when you finally got to see all the principal actors together. Those are
In one
so
place.
many, some of those characters haven't seen each other since season 1. And some of those characters never seen each other at all.
Yeah.
And then you get a lot of reunions too. You get all 3 Lannister siblings. You get the Hound and the Mountain reunion. You get Bronn and Tyrion.
Oh man.
You get Jamie and Brienne.
And the
What?
hounds at the mountain.
Yeah, you get every
Get
every story that's built up. It all culminates here.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's the tension of like, what's gonna happen?
And the other best part when she comes in her freaking dragon, it's like what up? Even the dragon was like,
Yeah, the dragon came through like, what's up, bitches? Like,
It was so
ready
good. Like
for it.
the
Yeah.
edge of your seat. Like it was amazing.
And it was interesting how while it was happening, we were already saying, okay, so this is going to happen. This person's going to die right now, and this is how it's going to
Right.
happen. Like, we had thoughts.
I have a
of what
question
was
for you
gonna
guys in the chat, and just out of curiosity, I want to know how many people are watching for us hashtag show, and how many people are watching because of Game of Thrones. Because it seems like some of you, Kat, you're the best, but it seems like
Thank you
some of
very
you
much.
aren't Game of Thrones fans. So I'm just really curious to see to gauge the interest here. But back to this. The edge of your seat, nail-biting tension. There's a few moments where Cersei gives choices to kill both of her siblings.
Oh.
And it's like, oh my gosh. And both times I was like, well, they're going to die.
Yeah, right. Oh my God, when he was like, well, fine, just do it. And every
Yeah.
time they would say it, the mountain's like, all right, well, like, here it comes. Like, the mountain is ready
And
to
you
kill.
heard a trickle of pee come out of Tyrion's little body.
Oh my
yeah,
God.
I was so surprised about that part because it's like, wow, you finally have your moment. All your hate can be solved here.
Yeah.
And nothing. Like,
But
no.
I love how he pointed out that it was all misplaced. Think
Yeah.
about this. This is the reason
No, for
I
sure.
killed my father was because it was like this is what he was owed. The man was horrible and he deserved to die.
He was going to kill me twice. What was I
Exactly,
supposed to
right,
do?
right.
Yeah.
It was like, look, I'm gonna make sure this is not gonna happen again. One thing that our father did teach us is make sure that you know who your enemies are and take them before they take you. So that's what I did.
And the tension with Jamie, I almost thought for sure that was going to go down.
Yeah.
Because
Dude, Jamie thought it was gonna go down. Did you
Yeah.
see his face when he heard the shh? He was
Yeah.
like, he got.
well, here's the
both
thing.
of them did it.
With
where they
Jamie
went,
with 2 hands, he was known as one of the greatest fighters ever. With 2
Yeah.
hands. Now that he only has 1,
He's
like,
a tactical expert
He's
now.
he's a tactical guy. Cat's watching because of hashtag, not because of Game of Thrones fan.
We appreciate it.
But you
Thank
know what? I would stick around, Cat, because I think we can get you into Game of Thrones. And Larry, a little fun thing for you is
Yeah.
that later on in the show we're gonna have we're casting Game of Thrones as hashtag, who each one will be based on our
Actually, let
personalities.
them guess too. First.
Oh yeah, we want to let you guess in the chat room who you think, all you Game of Thrones fans out there, who you think that the people on hashtag show would be. One of producer Josh, can you type all 15 cast members in there,
Oh, I'm sorry.
and then
That's so
try
hard.
to let them figure out who they think each person would be?
Yes, give me about 10 minutes.
Great.
Yeah.
Actually, I can do it if you guys want to.
Okay,
So
yeah.
what we were talking about was Jamie's fear, but he used to be one of the greatest fighters of all time.
Right.
Now I lost count.
But it got to the point where even Jamie's getting freaked out of Cersei.
Well,
like, you
dude,
know, like, who are you?
It's
you know?
getting there to that point where I don't know who you are.
Right.
And that was something like he pretty much said, like, I don't know. And you don't. Cersei has gotten to the point where absolute power corrupts
She's heartless.
absolutely. Yeah. And it's like, well, there's nothing left for me to lose. All my children have been lost due to me playing this Game of Thrones. So now all that's left for me to do is win. I have to win. But it's like almost at all costs, it's to win. And that's where it gets scary because it's like, let's be honest, you did sacrifice your child. When you went ahead and burned up everyone inside of there, you had to know how the reaction was going to be to your kids.
I'm always.
You had to
We
know.
have so many people that I always end up missing people. 1, 2,
Oh,
3,
jeez.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I'm missing 4 people. It's okay.
Rob?
I'll figure it out. No, he's on there.
Look at our Slack.
Oh yeah, good call. Oh, duh. Hold on. Yo, you can keep going.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
good.
So the thing is, it's like she's getting to the point where she's reckless. And yet no one can put her in check because she's like, I'm the queen. And
Right.
that's all she ever wanted. All she ever wanted was power. That's it. And the problem is, now that she has this power, she's only concerned with keeping it.
Well, she is her father's daughter, that's for sure.
Yes, that is true. She is the son that he always wanted.
Exactly.
Because she's the only one that actually wants the throne. But she realized the only way to get father's love is to go ahead and fight for that throne. Jamie said, you know what, I understand that, but no, I don't want to do that. Tyrion was like, I'm never going to get my dad's love.
looking to slap
So F
that
it.
up.
So these two
Everybody's
are already
right
like, no. So there goes the daughter who's like, well, no one else is doing it. I'll take the mantle. And Daddy, love me. Daddy, love me.
But secretly, that's the thing, though. She was trying to
Oh.
earn his love while
Yep.
Jamie already had it, but was like hunting and like.
And he didn't
doing
even
everything.
want it. He didn't
Yeah.
care. I don't want to be a king. I'm the king killer. I'm the king slayer. I don't have to be the king. And that's it. And ultimately, my thing is, it's going to come down to it. Jamie's going to kill her. I think it's
You
going
think
to
so?
happen. I think she's going to die at his hands. But the problem is now, she just gave us like the ultimate thing that's going to stop him from doing it.
Do you think
She's
so? Because I have to
pregnant.
think about she's pregnant. You think he.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
The ultimate thing to stop him, that keeps her
Yeah.
safe, is that she's pregnant.
Yeah.
That's the thing that's stopping him. I know, because it's like, yo, it's time for me to. I have to kill her for the betterment of everything. That's why I think that moment where Brienne stopped him and was like, "Fuck loyalty. This is bigger than us."
Yeah.
It's something that's going to resonate and ring with him when he has to realize I have to kill her because it's bigger and better for everyone. But the only problem is, if I do this now, I'm killing my child. I don't know if I can do that.
All right.
It's got him in a catch.
Migdalia, let's move on. Migdalia wrote an article, and I'd like everybody in the chat. I'm going to put a link in there actually, so all of you guys can go and check it out, because we're going to talk about this right now.
Oh, jeez.
It's like
Sam's little finger.
No,
I
we'll get to
love
it. We'll get to it. We'll
Okay,
get to all
okay.
that when we get there. Because some of these are a little bit of a surprise, but I think. Unless I brought everybody in this goddamn show, I think I know everybody better than everybody else. But I think we all agreed on most of these.
Yeah.
But check out that article right now because we're going to talk about this. Migdalia wrote the things that we need answered in the Game of Thrones season finale, season 7 finale. There you
Right.
go. So the first one up, everybody that's following along at home, let's all check it out right now. What happened to Yara Greyjoy? Well, we got that answered. We
Whoa.
know what happened to Yara.
She's still captive.
She's still prisoner.
But we haven't seen her. We
But
don't
Game
know
of
if her
Thrones, hey,
uncle went crazy
one thing about
and-
Game of Thrones is that if you don't see the death,
No,
it didn't happen.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
If we don't see a death, but all of a sudden next minute we
Dude,
just go to a
imagine,
scene and
though.
she's dead. We just
Imagine.
cut to a scene and
It's
she's
like-
already dead.
But that, you know what, that
That'd
was
be kind of dope.
But that was
Cool.
Theon's like whole rise to being like, okay, I'm this guy again.
Right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I do like that.
And it was great. So that's the motivating thing. We didn't see her in this episode,
didn't.
though. So that's important to know. But yes, she is still alive. She's being held captive. Number 2 is, speaking of characters that were dropped early on, what happened to Grey Worm and Unsullied? We saw them tonight.
We saw them.
They were there at the big meeting.
Yep.
Yep.
They were all there at the big meeting, so that was awesome. So we know what happened, but Grey Worm didn't get a big role, but it's okay.
Yeah.
No, Grey Worm.
As
That,
long as we saw him.
As long as we
oh
saw.
man, that dude is dope.
What is Bran's purpose? Well, it started playing out tonight,
Yeah.
I love
in
the picture.
a big way.
Right.
This is a huge theory that was confirmed from a long time. Myra, what is it?
Oh, that Bran is the Ice King.
No, not that
No,
one.
no,
the
no,
theory
that's
of
a
the theory of
Well, hey, there's so many. There's so many.
There
the
are so
theory.
many.
Well, Bran's vision tonight proved to us
that he could
Jon
go back,
Snow.
yeah.
Oh yeah, he gave us what everyone knew. I forgot how the
Yeah,
equation
when
went, where it's like T plus something equals J, or I forgot whatever it goes.
Yeah, that was an
But-
HBO's thing, right?
Yeah, right. But essentially, it was what
Right.
everyone already
Already
knew.
know Jon Snow is the rightful king.
That's
Yeah,
right.
he's the rightful person to sit on the throne. He's a
Yeah.
Targaryen. His name is what? Something.
Eddard
Targaryen.
Targaryen.
Yeah. So he's the rightful person to sit on the throne. He is
You know what though? I
Daenerys'.
was actually surprised where you
nephew?
know how Bran was like, I know everything, and Sam was like, but did you know?
You know, I love it how he did that.
and then I heard an air horn go. "Bah, bah, bah." and then
And
someone.
he's like, "Oh, do you know this?"
And he was like, "How did you know?" I was like, "What?" He actually
so
said
good.
that.
Aegon
Aegon
Targaryen.
Targaryen.
All right, so we know Bran's purpose now. We know that hopefully he's going to be able to relay this message to Jon in somehow, some way. I think Jon's going to decline the throne, just like
No.
just like his dad Ned Stark did.
I think so.
No, because
I think
Jon's
he's
gonna
gonna
decline.
he's gonna go sit back over there.
Daenerys and him already having a thing. I think they're just gonna.
I
do
don't.
it
I
too.
think he's going to say, "You deserve the throne, my queen."
Yeah, but
What?
he's.
like one of those.
But
And just
what?
gives
So
it
what?
up to
He's
her?
just gonna be the side daddy.
Nah,
or
what he's going to do? He's going to do. Listen,
I'm gonna go back to the north.
there
Take
were
care of
two
the
other
north.
people that
guess.
could have
King
sat
of
on
the
the
North.
throne and didn't want it. Two other people in Game of Thrones history. Well, I don't know about all the history, but most of the history. Eddard Stark could have sat on the throne, but he said he didn't want to be the king.
Right.
He did not want to make those decisions. The other one, Jamie Lannister. After he killed
and
the
he was found sitting
after
on
he
that
killed
throne, though.
the king, Jamie Lannister was sitting on the throne.
right.
After he killed the king, and then once Baratheon came in, he was like, "Oh, I was just keeping the chair warm
Yeah,
for you."
just keeping it for you. Yeah, that's it. You got
That was it. Jamie Lannister was the other person that didn't want the throne. All right, number 4. Is Cersei Lannister really pregnant, and does it matter?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yes and yes.
Well, she's
Pregnant and it matters.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
because
and
she's
yes.
all about
Yes
her
and yes.
children.
I agree. Yes and yes. And I think that she's going to manipulate Euron Greyjoy into thinking that's their son.
Oh, but when that baby comes out blonde
It's
hair,
gonna
blue
come out,
eyes,
and you know it is.
You know it's gonna happen
And you
right
know
off
it
the
is.
right off the
I don't
bat.
think so.
He is gonna be like,
I think she's
because
trying to hide the
remember-
did
pregnancy.
he even hit?
No.
No, but I think he will, and it's going to be like, oh, well, this
I
is
don't
a-
think so because
Okay.
she has not been touched by him, and not just that. Everyone has
Yet,
seen.
yet. But she did say that she had a plan in motion, that she sent him back to the Iron
Yeah,
Bank.
to go get-
and it was
yeah.
all a part of the plan.
And to bring that army,
And she
her
and-
own
yeah.
army of Unsullied.
And he
essentially.
needs, and he wants to sit on the throne with her, and she needs a mate.
We'll see.
This is going to be a thing, and I think that that's going to be one of the deciding factors. And I also think that
Ooh.
that's where we're going to get Jamie's going to lose his shit and kill her eventually. All right, let's move on to the next one. Oh, you got something in the chat?
Didn't the prophecy only say 3 kids?
Well, yeah.
Well,
Joffrey.
it only said 3 kids. Prophecy said
Well, there were 3 kids.
there were 3 kids,
Yeah.
but it was
There were 3
Jamie, Cersei, and Tyrion.
Oh, you don't think it was Joffrey, the brother, and
No, because and it says
girl?
the youngest is going to kill the female, and if you are actually the oldest is going to kill the female, and if you think about it just a little bit, I believe Jamie's just a little
Jamie's
bit.
just a
Or
little-
no, I'm sorry, it's the
they're
youngest.
twins, right?
One
Yeah.
of the younger is going to kill.
Yeah,
Jamie's
he-
just a little younger than
That's
her.
right. They're twins.
They're
He came out
twins now.
last.
Well, Jon and Dany get it on and can see baby dragons of their own. More importantly, will they find out that they're related? Well,
It doesn't matter.
they hooked up.
Yep.
We don't know if little baby dragons are on
Well,
the way.
look, if they have children, they're Targaryen children.
It's
So
fine.
yes, there's going to be the Targaryen blood
I
running
like
through.
it when she was like, "I can't have kids," and he said, "Who said that?"
Who said that? Like when that happened, I was like, "Ooh, John is already looking
He's
like,
at it.
oh,
Yeah, he's
I'll put
at
a
it.
baby in there." Like really, he got all Tracy Morgan about it. Like, "I'll make you pregnant, girl." Like,
So
he
we
was ready
don't
for it.
know how important that's going to be, but they don't know they're related yet.
Yeah. But remember, they made a comment that in the Targaryens they
They're
marry.
inbreds,
Yeah, they're
They
inbred.
are.
just
They
like the
are.
Lannisters
So it's
are kind
fine.
of
It's
becoming.
That's right.
Okay, let's move on to the next one. The next one is what's next for Samwell Tarly? Well, we'll tell you what's next.
I mean-
We had the most comical scene in tonight's
But
episode.
yeah,
Yes.
that's right.
But Sam actually is the one that informed Bran, who didn't even know
Yeah,
that
we're
that was
like,
a thing.
"What?"
I love Sam.
Well,
He's-
Sam is going to be that historian. That's
Well,
his
Sam,
job. And that's what he wants to
100%.
do.
I honestly think this whole story we're getting told is from Sam's perspective. It's Sam's point of view. If you think when he first got to the Maester's place,
Yeah.
it's that globe that we first see in the Game of Thrones. It's that whole thing. This is all Sam's story. I think
Because,
this is all
well,
Sam's
he is
story.
a historian
And now
now.
at the end of it,
That makes
at the end of it, this is going to be Sam's story
I can see that.
telling the Game of Thrones to whoever the next generation, or maybe as a Maester telling
Yeah,
it to other.
I can
That's
see
it.
that.
Yeah,
I can see
I
that.
think
I
this is
like
this is
that.
my theory, guys. This is my theory.
I like that.
But I just
I
made
like
it up
that
right
too.
now too.
So,
but I think
so-
that it's a legit thing.
So
I think.
ending scene for you is
I think it's Sam.
Sam.
What do you think-
Or they're reading something from
What do you think?
Sam's
Do you think
life. Okay.
Sam's gonna be effective in any way?
I certainly hope so. Because if you think of you're putting together the perfect house, Sam is your Maester 100%.
Yes, yeah.
And you're putting, maybe you have Daenerys sit on
Right,
the throne.
but-
Your first knight's John. You know what I mean?
can
Like,
see that.
I don't think Jamie's
Right.
gonna last. Your hand's Tyrion. Or maybe him. Who knows? Maybe your first knight's Jamie and John's the king.
But you think he's gonna be
Yeah.
effective when he finds out how his dad died?
Oh,
He doesn't know yet.
Oh
He
my
doesn't
god,
know.
that's so
That's
true.
a great point.
That is so true. Do you think
And
he
his
will
brother.
react? Well, he didn't really care too much
But
for his
understand,
dad.
there's one thing also
but
that
yet
I
again,
actually...
it's your dad.
It's my
One
dad,
thing I
that's
actually
true.
didn't think about until right now is that if you think about it, and you hear all these stories about the Mad King killing people with wildfire, and you hear Daenerys killing people with the fire of dragons.
Mm-hmm.
So they're both all fire-based things that are killing people. And if
Right.
and if Sam hears that, it's gonna perpetuate the stereotype of like, well, they're Targaryens are crazy and they kill people with fire. So
But then
who knows?
again, how's he gonna feel when? But Snow is. a
Yeah, that's
Targaryen.
another thing too.
Yeah.
That's another thing too. We don't know. But Jon Snow's one of the most noble guys in
But
all
you
of
know what? But
Westeros.
Sam seemed cool about it. He's like, yeah, he's the rightful king.
He is the rightful king.
Well, Sam already knew, so
Yeah.
he was like, "Oh, but you didn't."
Like-
Let's go on to number 7. Number 7 is Arya playing the Game of Thrones, or is she just in fact being unreasonable? Well, we got a huge answer there.
We definitely got a big answer there, and the truth is, I mean, well, she's, I guess, kind of playing the Game of Thrones.
Dude, not only is she
With
playing the Game
her
of Thrones,
family.
she's become one of the most badass
Yes,
chicks on the
yes.
show.
Whoa.
And
Yes.
she is also one of the smartest.
Yes.
She's probably the biggest character evolution out of everybody.
Yes, I will say that her growth is just amazing.
Yeah.
What she's changed into as a character is something that you did not see at the beginning.
And you know
Polar
what?
opposite.
We've seen her grow up on TV.
Yeah.
As,
Oh, yeah.
as an innocent kid.
Yes.
To being this badass female woman.
Ooh.
Right.
And she was just on Doctor Who.
I want to see when
One of my favorite characters
Yeah.
on
Yeah, she's
Doctor
great.
Who.
Yeah, I'm excited to see when she runs into the Hound.
Oh,
me too.
again?
Yeah.
Like,
Me
I
too.
wonder if he's gonna look at her like,
Well, you know, I
Okay.
love the fact that that Brienne's kind of like
Warning
she
him.
can take care of herself, and he
Yeah.
kind of smirks like, yeah, she can.
yeah, she can.
Like, it's kind.
Well,
he was
he's
kind of
the
proud
fact
of her.
that,
You know what I mean?
you know, and it's like, well, he taught her something. Brienne taught her
think-
something.
But here's the thing too.
Faceless
Something
guy
else we
taught
haven't
her
gotten
something.
touched is her list. Is she still
I
going to
think-
stick to the list?
I think Hound is going to be one of the ones that I think she's going to remove.
On the list?
I think she'll actually. I think she's gonna finally
I
say
think
forget
so.
about it.
You know,
I think she's gonna say
because
get rid of
you know
the
what the
list.
fact? Because if you
I don't
really
think
think
she
about
get
it,
Oh well, wasn't
Because
Littlefinger on her list?
I think he may have been.
Well, because
Littlefinger
wanna know
was
what?
on the list.
Arya is still one thing that she never completed as the faceless man. She never got rid of her identity.
Yes.
Because remember,
Yes.
like you got to get rid of everything.
didn't do that.
So
See, but-
she still might have that compassion where the other assassins didn't.
And I agree with that. I think, well, she's even involving the whole assassin thing. I think, like, she's like, it doesn't have to be this way.
Right.
There is more. And that comes with her being as smart as she is and the way she was raised. So she's like, well, if I'm carrying on this assassin thing right now, let me make sure I make the change that does make sense. You can keep an identity and yet be faceless. And that's crazy. But she's doing it.
All right, let's move on to our last one, and that is going to be.
Night, Larry.
Good night, Larry. Who will die in the season finale? We got that answered. Littlefinger, you little bitch, you're dead now.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Oh, man.
Oh,
I was so
my
happy.
God. How good did it feel?
But in a way,
That's
honestly,
weird.
I'm not gonna lie. I almost didn't want him to die because he's such an interesting character,
Pulling so many strings.
pulling so many strings. But I love the fact that backed against the wall, begging. No,
That's what I love. It
That was the desperation at that point.
Yes.
It's like, man, you are a punk bitch.
Yeah,
Hey,
I
but
was
it's
so
all about-
disappointed
You're a punk bitch,
in
son.
it.
It's
I
all
was
to
like,
live, though. It's
"Dang,
all to
he's a
live."
sucker."
Yeah, all
But
to
it's
live.
all to live. That's the whole thing. No matter what was going to happen, I need to live. If I can look weak to do it, then I will
But
do it.
you know what though?
But
If you
it
really
didn't
think
work.
about it, Littlefinger put in the most work into getting where he's at, and then just at the end to just ball out. It's like honestly, he actually planned shit out.
Well, you know what I love though is that Sansa and Arya played Littlefinger's game better than
Better than
Littlefinger.
he
And
did.
it's like, yes,
Yeah,
bravo,
That's right.
bravo.
Yeah.
I
Well,
love
the
that.
thing is, this is what the problem was. Littlefinger never had a partner to play the game with. Everyone else.
No, he did. He just crossed everybody.
Well, but they were never partners. They were also just patsies. He just used them in a way. But yet, they chose as a family, we are partners. It will work this way. Because you can't do it alone.
Yeah.
And that's
Can't
the
do it
thing.
alone.
And he thought I could
could,
always do it
yeah.
alone. And he's been doing it well, but it was all just adding up to the moment where it's like, now everything falls on you because you did it alone.
So, guys, we got all of those questions answered. Thank you, Migdalia, for that article. Go ahead.
I've got a question.
Yep.
Did he really love Sansa?
No.
No, he loved her for the power. He loved her for what he thought he was going to get. His whole thing was,
I think okay. Let's just say that I think he loved her, but not enough.
I don't think he loved her.
Because he shared things with her
Because there
that
was
he
a
never shared
lustful
with him.
thing.
He shared things with her that he didn't share with anyone else. He shared that he
Well,
did kill her.
okay.
He
I
told
think
her that
he
killed
loved her.
her.
I think he loved her as he saw his mom in her.
Yep.
Yeah.
Her
He
mom.
saw her mom.
Her
and
mom in her, and that's
because
what.
he did tell her that he killed her aunt, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was something that he wasn't. He was making sure not to tell anyone, but he definitely told her.
Okay, so
there are things he did do as far as sharing yourself with someone.
You know something we haven't even
Interesting.
taken calls yet. All right, so let's do a fun thing real quick. Are we ready with those pictures? Yeah. All right. So give me the list. So just call people by name, and I'll throw the images up. Give me like 5 minutes to get you back on Skype. All right.
All right.
That was probably sent like a couple minutes ago.
There,
That was
right there you go.
A
That's fine.
minute ago.
That's fine.
All right, so now we're gonna do a fun thing for all of you fans that are fans of Hashtag Show. This is gonna be intriguing for you. For all you fans that are Game of Thrones fans, actually, let me reverse this. For all you Game of Thrones fans, this is gonna be intriguing for you to understand who we are. For all of you Hashtag Show fans that aren't necessarily Game of Thrones fans, this is and we're gonna hope we encourage you to watch the show.
Yeah.
This is gonna give you a better glimpse of who we actually are.
There you go.
So let's talk about this real quick. The first one we're gonna start off with is Rob. Our newest cast member, Rob.
Yeah.
Rob White. He's going to be doing Disney with Myra. He's going to be on the video game show.
Right.
He's also going to be on Star Wars with Ro and I. Rob, if we can throw a picture of him.
Ooh, do we have one?
Yes, we do. Rob is going to be, and I think I'm the only one that knows Rob well enough.
Yeah.
We
don't know him.
The faceless man.
Because we don't
Because
know
we don't
him
know
either.
that much
Oh
about him.
man, that's it. It's like we know only so much about Rob, and that really makes sense because you only know so much about the Faceless Man. So boom, boom, those two married together and let it happen. That's it.
Great reason. There it is, Rob, the faceless man.
Look at
he
him.
is on there right
I love it. He's wearing shades so you can't see his eyes.
can't see his
but
eyes.
he's faceless.
now. He's the faceless man. All right, let's move on to the next.
Does he have a name?
You know what? We're gonna go with. Let's go with Brianna.
Yeah.
Brianna.
Oh, that's interesting because people were wondering exactly who.
So
But I think we figured it
Brianna
out.
is Myra's co-host on Disney now,
Yes.
along with Rob.
Mm-hmm.
And Brianna did Doctor Who with Daniel. Also has been on After Dark.
Yep.
Guys, Brianna is Daniel. You know who it
I
is?
forgot the name. but I
Brianna
know
is
who-
Melisandre.
There you go.
Melisandre, not to be confused with the red.
And I love that
Not mixed
idea.
with the Red Witch or
DuckTales
whatever.
after show. Love that idea.
She's loving that. She's loving it, man.
She is that. She is Melisandre from.
I can see that.
With Khaleesi.
Yeah.
She's very informative.
Very
Oh, yeah.
informative.
Oh, yeah.
You know, has her. She is that. She is.
She
definitely
is.
That.
I can see that. Like very, very informative, assertive as well. She's able to go ahead and yes, I may be in your employment, but yet there's a certain gravitas to me that's letting you know I'm also a leader, and that's perfect for her.
And also, as we're doing these, guys, I'll tell you the next one that we'll do, and I want to hear in the chat who you think it is before we reveal it. The next one coming up is going to be Daryl.
Oh yeah,
So,
next coming up is Daryl. That's
I want you guys to let me know who you think Daryl is going to be. On you. Well, you want to talk about Brianna and Melisandre more, so they can get some time to talk about Daryl, or what do you want to do?
Or actually, you know what I wanted to bring it up. You know how I think Sansa's gonna have Littlefinger's face, and she's gonna use it later.
Could be. And I was thinking. I actually
But
was thinking that
to what extent? With
To sneak
to
in.
talk to
to
Cersei.
Cersei, so she can
Yeah.
finally kill Cersei.
Yeah. Well, she's not going to kill
God.
Cersei though.
No,
Jamie's
she's
probably
not.
going to kill
Jamie,
Cersei.
Yeah.
You know,
So I think Jamie will
maybe.
stop her.
Melisandre,
I'm telling you, I think Jamie's
Melisandre, yes, Melisandre. All right, so now we're on Daryl.
Daryl is
Daryl's
the
the
baker
baker
that
that
Arya knows. Hot pot or
Hot
whatever.
pie?
Oh my gosh.
I called him one of my friends. He looks like the mole man. I called him Hot Pie, and he got so mad.
You
at
get
me.
mad, right?
His name
Yeah.
is Greg Schneider.
Oh, how
Greg
nice.
Schneider. Yeah.
I can
that's
see
him.
Greg
It's
mad
sweet.
about being
Oh,
called.
you called me Hot Pie. That's what
Listen
he
here, guy. That's what
Ha-ha!
he says.
Uh,
No, he says,
expletive?
listen here, maggot. That's what he says.
All right, so Daryl. Up next, Kat thinks Daryl would be John. Daryl.
We thought about that.
We
but-
thought about Daryl. We thought really hard about this one. Daryl is none other than Tommen. Tommen, the most just Lannister king.
Yes, yes.
But Daryl would he took a swan dive. He took a swan dive out of a window.
Dude,
I have a
that's-
feeling
he's a-
Daryl's gonna come at you guys.
Well, no,
No.
okay, no.
Coming
Look,
at
look,
you
look.
guys.
He was the only Lannister that was actually a good person. One. Second, he is a hopeless romantic, and he believes in that kind of idealistic love that it existed, and that something positive can come out of something negative. That is so Daryl.
Okay.
I feel that way, and
Well,
that's
you
why I
guys
was
know
like, I
Daryl
like
more
it
than
that
I
way.
do.
Yes.
So I trust you.
I feel
gotta
it.
keep track.
Sure, he did.
Shit.
Just take a step right out of the thing
was
and,
not screwing
kill
this.
himself. But it was because, well, hey, the woman that I loved is dead, and it's because of my mother.
You know, I
My
never
mother
got
did it
that.
just
Like,
to
why
take
would you
power.
want your brothers? to
Next
do
up, by the way, while we talk about this, next up is going to be Migdalia. So I want to hear your thoughts on who you think
Migdalia.
Migdalia is going to be. But
Yeah.
Daryl, keep going. That's 100% Daryl.
I agree. But you said, wait, you didn't get what about the?
you know how like you're Joffrey, my brother's wife. Now you're gonna be mine.
Now you're gonna be
like,
mine?
Seconds, you know.
Ooh, that's true. I didn't think about that. Wait, did Joffrey get to? He didn't.
No.
I don't think he did, but he doesn't know
Joffrey's too
that.
busy.
She just
about-
played- she
I
just
think
played
he probably.
him.
I think he kind of knew, like, oh well, my brother is crazy. He probably didn't bone. He was too busy just.
But Daryl's see,
dealing
the,
with
the,
whores
the thing
and
is,
couldn't deal with
Tommen
wife.
was a good king.
He was.
But Tommen was just. But the thing is, he got so like distracted by
Well,
his
that's what
by
he's too
women,
young.
and then the whole he got distracted by the religion thing.
Oh man,
He was just too young. But Daryl's making he would make the right choices, but it depends on what's influencing.
Right.
All right, let's get ready for Migdalia.
I love this. Oh, they're singing it. They're singing it.
This is what is this? Oh, it's a
Jalen, you're going
Yeah,
in.
right, that's
you're
great.
going in.
Jalen. This isn't a Ducktales show, but
Yeah. We
one
will
thing
later,
we will say is
not today.
Migdalia is Granny Tyrell. I don't know her name, but it's Grandma Tyrell.
Oh my gosh! Look how everyone! Oh my god!
You
guys-
That is Tyrell.
Cat knows our
Tyrell.
cast. Cat
Oh
knows our
my
cast.
gosh! I love how people are
I
quick
think
with
her name is
it because
Elena.
Elena.
I just gotta say she was serving so much.
Elena Tyrell, yes.
Oh my god! And that is so Migdalia. That moment when she was like,
Oh no!
this is how
Before
you're
you
gonna
go
do
into this, the next one we're gonna do is Myra.
it? Okay. But
I
I
don't
love
think anyone's
it.
gonna guess it.
No,
I
probably
don't
not.
think anyone is. But
This
I
is how
love
well
it.
they know us and how well we can teach them about us.
She was serving so much where it was just like, oh, this is how you're gonna do it. Oh, okay.
got
With,
you.
with this, okay.
She's like this.
I killed your kid. Go fuck yourself.
Right?
That's just let it go. Like that
Yeah.
was it. That's Migdalia.
Cat's been pretty dead on.
I can,
With
yeah,
her
you're
guesses.
pretty good.
All right, next up is Myra. Guys, I want you guys to figure out who you think Myra is going to be. Or at least what house. I'd like to hear any kind of guesses. But Myra is up next. But I think that Migdalia is totally House Tyrell, 110%.
Oh my gosh. Just so on it. Like
She even played it in the board Game of
Yeah,
Thrones.
she did. She did.
She
She's,
played it well.
she's ahead of it. She's just ahead of the game, man. She was quick.
Ahead of the game.
Yep, because she's witty. That makes sense.
All right, so Myra. We have any guesses in the chat who Migs can hold her own? Any guesses for Myra? Because I don't think
Anyone?
anybody's going to get
I
it.
don't think anyone's gonna get it.
Anyone? Bueller?
Should we wait a couple seconds and let's see? Myra is Arya. That's a good guess. It's a good guess.
That's actually interesting because when we were thinking about it, we did. Okay.
That was one of the
They
names we were
considered
throwing out.
it, but at the same
interesting.
time, nah.
Yeah.
All
Right.
right, Cat's been pretty accurate for
Yeah,
the
no,
most
for
part.
sure,
She's been
for
at least
sure.
on the same
Right.
wavelength.
For sure.
Myra is
I love
none other.
Arya. I'll go for it.
Myra is none other than Yara Greyjoy.
Boom.
That's
Yara
right.
Greyjoy. But
Boom.
before we go into why, you guys will say why.
Okay.
I'm going to say who's next, and let me choose Ernie. Ernie will be next.
And will be next. Interesting. So, why do you feel that you're the Greyjoy?
Because you know what, dude? It's like I handle it. Like she handles her shit. She handles her people. I got a motherfucking boat.
She got a
just
boat.
It. And you know what? Even though my brother is a weenie, I still come back. I
love
will
it.
still come back
I
for my
love it.
brother. You know, family's everything regardless.
That was the reason I said it too. 'Cause
Even
it's
though
like-
that fucker ditched me.
No, but that is the thing. Still, nonetheless, my family can falter, but the thing is, I won't.
Right.
You're and this level of
Right.
loyalty when it comes to the family, and
And
it's
you know
something
what,
that
too,
just
dude?
shines
Like,
through.
I just love her personality when she was like making out with that. Yeah. What's her
She
name?
was so sure about herself, and I knew.
Guys,
Yeah,
like
no,
I
she's
said,
a
next up is
confident.
Ernie. Give me your guesses for
All right,
Ernie
what's
while they keep
Ernie?
going.
Ooh,
But
yeah.
yeah.
I mean, no, that's exactly it.
I
Like,
love her.
It matches so well on you. Oh, God,
You
I
don't
love
take
it.
shit. You joke around. It's hilarious. It's great.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Kat says, yep, I can see her as a Greyjoy.
You know what? Yes.
Wait, Ernie is.
And you know what? Because Ernie is my brother. Ernie is my brother. We
Yeah.
have the glasses.
Well,
the
Ernie
hair.
wouldn't be. Ernie
I
would
know
be
he
close up.
wouldn't. He wouldn't.
Oh wow! Ow, Kat says Ernie easily Littlefinger. Sorry. Oh,
Wow.
that's interesting. That's very interesting.
Ernie is Littlefinger.
Interesting. That's a
Jeez.
super interesting choice.
I love it.
Unfortunately, that's not what we went with. We went with
Nope.
Ernie as Podrick.
Yes. Yes.
Ernie would be Podrick,
God.
the Brianna's like little
yeah,
squire.
yeah, squire.
Before you go into why, I'm going to tell you who's up next, and it's going to be Sam. But go ahead on why you think Ernie would be Podrick.
Because Ernie's always like, okay, for example, when Ernie commits, even when he's like doesn't want to do it, he'll commit to it. Where what's his name again? What's
who did she? Littlefinger?
No, not Littlefinger.
Who?
Foreman?
What's his name? Ernie
Ernie?
No, but yeah.
Podrick.
Podrick, yeah. Him, he's like, he's scared out of his mind.
It's
the whole
almost like
time.
the same pose too.
Huh?
Oh, these are great. These are great pictures. Keep those up longer.
Oh my
Those are
god,
awesome.
I love it.
That's
I
great.
love it.
Yeah, Ernie would be Podrick. Because, Ernie is a guy that he's a loyal dude, but
Yeah.
once he
Yeah.
learns, he learns.
And he wants to learn.
and he
Where
wants
he
to learn.
learns, remember, he learned how to fight. And even when shit went down, he's like, fuck, I don't want to do this, but I got your back.
Yeah,
I got your
like
back.
it was like, all right, I'm going in.
Ernie's down for whatever you're going to tell him to do. He might not want to do it.
Yeah, but
he'll do it.
He'll do it.
All right, so up next we have Sam. I'd like to hear your votes on Sam. Now, earlier on, everyone said Sam was Littlefinger.
Yeah, right.
I heard a lot of Sam being
I
Littlefinger
kind
in
of
here.
get that. I kind of get that.
I can kind of see it.
Yeah, I
But
could.
Sam is not Littlefinger, Kat. Sam would actually be Euron Greyjoy. Euron Greyjoy. I said Euron.
I can
Yes,
see that.
yeah.
From
Euron
the
Greyjoy.
videos that I've been
Oh,
seeing
boy.
that you guys are doing,
Oh yeah.
I could totally see
You're
that.
like,
Sam, totally. So, but before we go into why,
okay,
the next one that we're going to say is Ro.
okay, all right. Now, Sam, as to why you're on Greyjoy. Wow.
See, I don't know him well, but from the videos of your guys' Game of Thrones, he just seems like
Okay.
Sam is cocky as
Yeah.
shit.
There you
And
go.
he's just kind of like, hey, I'm going to do this, bro. And this is the way
Right.
it's going to
And
be.
that's how it's gonna be. And, oh, that's right.
Look at the picture. Look at
Oh
the
my
picture.
God! Look
And
at
that's
those
Sam.
two.
Hey,
Look
come
at those
on.
two.
Yeah.
Like,
Sam is like,
yeah.
I'm gonna do it. Who gives a fuck?
Right.
Like, and Sam's like, this shit's happening. What's going on?
Yeah.
You're a midget. I usually step on people like you. Like, he just goes in, and Sam will just share his mind in that way. You're a noob.
I can see
when
that.
I play games, blah, blah, blah. That's Sam.
hey,
That's
Sam during
There you
E3
go.
rubbed,
Whoa, he
rubbed
made
some
so
audience
many
members the
people
wrong way.
upset.
But it was hilarious,
Yes.
and he is that guy.
Yeah.
Sam is perfect for that. All right, so next up we have Ro. I want to hear what you guys think in the chat. Who you think Ro would be?
I think Ro.
Hold on,
is
you already
right.
know who Ro
Yeah,
would be.
Yeah,
But
it's right on.
Yeah.
Ro is dead on.
Yeah.
Who do you think Ro would be? This is going to be great because for those of you guys that so I know a lot of this is relegated to YouTube, but Ro's on our Star Wars show. Ro's been in the past. He was on the show a while back ago.
Yeah.
And you know what? Today's episode was so him.
Dario.
was so him today when he was like, "Dickless men, what are they fighting for? I'd be running off." I'm like, it's like, what? You need a dick for gold. It's like, well, yeah, I know what people use their gold for.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ro,
my
That was
God.
so Ro. I was like,
Ro's
oh my
dead
God.
on.
Yeah.
The choice for Ro is like dead on.
Yes.
But I'm really curious. So Jezer, one of our
saying
producers,
Ro
says
is
Dario.
Dario.
But I want to hear what everybody else thinks in the chat. Who they think Ro would be.
I don't know if they really got a full sense of
well,
it.
if they know,
You know the Star Wars
that's true.
stuff does work.
So we can just reveal it then. We may reveal it.
Yeah, right.
He's the producer stepping out, so we may
Yeah,
not
hold on,
reveal
hold
it.
on. Yeah.
Ro is Littlefinger. I'm almost betting it. Oh, betting the farm on that one.
Oh, I like that.
I like the
Are you
choice.
Now, Ro, I mean, I like it because Ro is a speaker. Ro's kind of a guy that talks.
Yeah.
You know, and he will
I can
talk you
see.
into a lot of things, and that's what Littlefinger does do.
But you know what?
But-
Though? No, like Littlefinger only know because it's like it's such a long drag what Littlefinger is doing, and I think Ro is more no man, it's now, like now,
Ooh,
you know, I want
I like
this
that.
now.
I like that.
All right, so you
Thank
guys ready for the Ro reveal?
Yes.
Okay, so before I reveal who Ro is going to be, get your brains already pumping. I want you guys thinking. I was going to do that like Macho Man, but I didn't. The next one up is going to be Daniel. All right, so Ro is none other than, drum roll please, we don't have that right here on the deck. Braun.
Boom!
110% Ro is Braun.
There you go.
Very.
Now,
So
I
get your
agree-
minds thinking for Daniel, by the way.
I agree with that for Ro
I do.
being Ron because
He
Braun's
wants
the
his
kind of guy.
castle. He wants his wenches. He wants his penis. He wants it all.
That's it. Anybody? Do my hands! Yeah! Just rip it right off.
Ro would
After
totally be
bleeding.
Braun. Oh my God, did he get a Bigfoot picture for Ro?
Oh shit! He did.
I wish he would have. wish he would have taken the slider.
That's from the Bigfoot,
Bigfoot
show
show.
that he does.
Right.
Oh my
What
god!
was a Bigfoot show?
Yes,
I need to get
In
on
Search of
that.
Bigfoot. Oh man, it was on. What was it on Sci-Fi or what?
So I think it was on Spike
Spike, it was
Channel,
on
yeah.
Spike Channel.
But
Oh,
Ro,
original?
110% would be Braun. He is a shit talker,
Yes,
but he's
very.
hilarious. But
He's
you
the guy
can't
that
help, you can't help but be like,
No.
I missed you,
And
man.
not just that. Ro's the type where, like, if you dare him to do it, to prove him, he will.
He will.
The same thing like that guy. It's like
That
where
is
he's like,
true.
"Oh, fight for me." He's like, "Nah." It's like you can't do it, and he's like, let me
Oh
show
yeah,
you
let me
how
show
it's
you that I
done."
can. Then yeah,
You know?
it was like sure, I'll fight for
When
you.
when
whatever.
Tyrion was in the Vale, and he's like, "Who's gonna fight for him?" I guess
That was
I'm
true,
gonna
and
do it.
he is, and Bond is the one of the guys besides the Hound where you're like, dude, in my life, I need to have a beer with that guy. That's all,
All right,
I need to do.
let's move
That's
on.
right.
Let's move on to Daniel. Before we reveal that, though, the next one up is going to be me. So
Oh
I'm
boy,
going to be.
Eric, we already know.
I know.
Everybody's
I
gonna
think
say
everyone-
it.
I
think they're
Everyone's
gonna
gonna
guess
say
it.
it.
So
yeah.
Daniel, you earlier on when we started this, a lot of people said the Night King. The Night King. So
I love that because he's my favorite guy. He's my favorite guy. That's it. Kat, shout out to you. I like that. I
don't see
like
it.
that. Well,
You
yeah,
don't see
because
it.
the Night King doesn't speak. That's the only problem. So it's like,
Yeah, but you're too nice.
Daniel's a talker.
You're too nice.
But I am. I
You
am.
have
I
to-
am
so-
very
your
nice.
conscience will get
So
you.
just
That is
get it already going in the chat who you think I'd be.
Yes.
But I'm going to do the Daniel reveal. This one's easy for me. I think once you kind of say it out loud, it's like, oh yeah,
Oh.
Davos. You were Davos, and here's the reason why. You're a loyal dude.
Yes.
You're gonna do what you're gonna do, but you're a great talker, and you
Yes,
reason with people.
yes.
That's my
You're
thing.
you're the voice of reason.
That's my thing.
Exactly.
And I think that is the main trait that Davos has. He's like,
Yes.
listen, I love the fact when they're talking to Daenerys and she's like, this is the breaker of chains. This is this is that. And then he's like, this is Jon Snow.
This is Jon Snow. Jon Snow.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
Jon
it.
Snow.
It was like
Jon Snow.
He's not the King of the North. He died once. That's Jon Snow. Everyone.
yeah.
It was like that was it.
That's easy.
That's
I
it.
think Davos is perfect
Yeah.
for you. That's a great
agree.
picture. I love
Which
it.
one? This one.
That's great. I love it.
Me and Davos. That's
You
the
and
man.
Davos. That is awesome, by
Yeah.
the way.
Yeah.
Oh my
I think
God.
it's also good too because like you are the voice of reason for a lot of folks here.
Yeah.
Mainly me, I would say, but the voice of reason for a lot of people. A lot of people here. You
Right.
talk people down off the wall, not off
Yeah,
the actual wall.
right.
So the next one is so
Off the
I'm
wall.
up next, but get your mind going for. Let me see. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm 10.
Mm-hmm.
So we got 1. Actually, yeah. Next up, we'll do Sarah.
Oh,
Let's
nice.
do Sarah
Yes.
next.
Nice.
But so mine. All right. So get your mind rolling for Sarah, and it's funny, Kat. You got it right on
Yeah.
the head.
Oh my God!
Of course.
Joe is either Jamie or Tyrion.
Yep.
What is Cat? Joe is Jamie
I
Lannister.
agree.
Joe is
Either
Jamie
way, he's a
Lannister.
You
Lannister.
hit
Oh
it right
my
on the head.
God.
I would be Jamie Lannister. And I'll let you guys talk
Reminds
about
me of
that.
A Knight's Tale. That's a good one.
Well, I
That's a
remind you
good
of a
one.
Oh, Davos.
When the heralds are talking.
The Heralds.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you guys can explain why. But Sarah's next, so get your things going for Sarah. Why
Okay.
would I be Jamie?
Come on. Okay, Jamie Lannister.
What can you not say that's Joe's not Jamie Lannister?
Come on.
It's like
I mean,
he has a way of doing things,
Yep.
and it's got to be that way.
Yep. I can
And then
see.
not just that, he's cocky too.
He is, and I can see Joe. Out of all the people that you can see, damn, I lose my hand, but yet my hand somehow is now gained status on its own.
Well, you know what
would
it
be
is?
Joe.
No, you know
yeah,
what it
it's
is,
gone,
too,
but now
though?
I've got a golden one.
Joe
what the fuck?
Joe can do what Jamie Lannister can do, where he doesn't have to raise his voice or act out to get on people's nerves. You know what I mean? It's like
That's hilarious.
Wow,
I'm just
that is
saying,
on
he
point.
knows how to get you under your skin without showing physical
That is
emotions
true.
or
Yeah.
actions.
That is
Like,
true.
and you know what? You see people that are fighting, they're raising their voices, but with Joe, it's just like, remember when he got captured by Robb Stark, and like he
Ooh.
was getting under what's her face's skin. It's
That's
like
true.
that, and he wasn't really doing it; he was just talking.
So I think
That's true. That's
JD,
true.
one of our producers, said this. You can say it behind the camera. What was it? It was because people think I'm one way. What?
It's because you have a reputation of being something, but you're actually like a noble dude, which is like James think is
Right.
Because I'm kind of
That's
a
true.
listen.
That's true.
For those of you that don't know me, I'm kind of an asshole to people
Well, no,
on the
here's
outside.
thing. Here's the thing. He sounds like an asshole, but he's actually genuine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you so much for that. By the way, let's not spend. We already know who I
Right,
beat.
right, okay.
Let's move on to Sarah. And up next, though, after Sarah,
Superpower to make other middle fingers go up.
after Sarah, let's do. Let me see who we have. This is gonna get interesting. Hold on. 1, 2,
Good
3,
job, Kat.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Sarah's 11.
Sarah is all right. I see. Sarah is Khaleesi, says Jalen Glover. Jezzer says Sarah is Mama Stark.
Mama Stark.
I like it. I like it. What do you guys think about Sarah?
I think Sarah would be the redhead witch.
Ooh.
No way. Just because she has red hair, does it? I don't think it.
I know. Guilty.
All right, so
I like that.
here's
I
what
like
we'll
that.
do.
Ooh, Kat agrees with Jalen as far as Sarah is definitely Khaleesi. Ooh.
Okay, hold on 1
nice.
second. I'm just
Khaleesi?
doing this order. All right, so after Sarah is going to be Kelly. So get your thoughts ready for Kelly. But let's do the Sarah reveal right now.
Yeah.
Sarah is none other than.
Brienne of Tarth.
Yes.
That's right. She is Brianna Tarth.
And getting in there, like you said, remember Kelly's coming up. But the reason she is Brienne of Tarth is her
Loyalty.
obvious, her strong sense of loyalty. But also,
Me and Sarah are totally Brianne and Jay.
I see it. I see
sure.
it. It's like definitely this thing of just like, okay, loyalty, but she will have that moment where she has to say it. There's loyalty, but there's a greater good. And you saw how she was able to differentiate between the two. That is Sarah in so many ways. She knows when to and how to balance it properly. And that's why so much Sarah is definitely Brianna Tarth.
That's right.
That's it.
That's right. I agree. Sarah, there's no other better choice than that. Sarah's a badass chick.
Yep.
So you got to take her seriously when she walks into a room.
Sarah is
She owns it when she walks into a room.
She's an Amazon, dude, and
Yeah.
Brianna's an Amazon.
Yeah, I don't
Brianna
also
comes in
think you
and she's
guys
like,
know
I can
how tall
fucking
Sarah
take
really is.
care of this.
I'm 6 foot tall. Sarah's just like an inch under me.
Yep.
Like she's pretty tall. But not only that, not for physical stature, but like she is one of the most loyal people you're gonna meet.
She's noble, dude.
She's gonna
noble.
do what she's gonna
Very.
do. All right, so we have a few choices for Kelly right now, but after Kelly, we're gonna reveal Kelly right now. After Kelly is going to be Matt. So any of you guys that watch our comics show, you know who Matt is.
And if you guys aren't watching the comic show, I gotta say this right now.
Well, they
you
can't
are
watch it
missing out.
necessarily right
Well,
now
we
because
haven't-
Matt's on
yeah,
paternity
right,
leave.
That's true.
He just
But
had
if-
he just
if
had
you
he
guys-
just had a
Yes,
kid.
baby.
Congratulations, Matt.
Congratulations, Matt.
Send me my pictures.
Yes,
I wanna
we've been
see
waiting.
it.
We want to be able to share with the world.
I'm
man.
happy for
Yes,
Matt. He's
for
great.
sure.
Yeah, but Matt, if you guys haven't, like, really, when it comes to someone breaking down comics in a way that's like, okay, I can able to take it in like bite-sized pieces, as I like to say.
Yeah.
Like
That's-
Matt's a bite-sized piece kind of guy.
he is. He's a bite-sized piece kind of guy. You guys got to be paying attention to it because there are other people that do it and they give you a review and they give you a breakdown. It takes forever. Matt gives it to you, and you can go literally and take what you heard from him, go talk to other people that are reading the comics, and they're like, damn, you read it already. And you're like, yeah, sure I did.
And he gives it to you
what he
straight.
does.
Yeah,
he
he gives it
does.
straight.
So
Matt-
watch it.
Matt is 100. I mean, sorry, not Matt. Kelly. Excuse me. Kelly is 100%. Ready for the Kelly reveal?
Yes.
Oh, I gotta make sure I know this. She is.
Cat
I gotta
got
make
it.
sure.
Sure.
I'm sorry. Kelly's Arya Stark.
Boom.
100%.
Kat.
A lot of you guys got it right. Kat, you got it right. Anna, you
Yes.
guys got it. 100% Arya Stark. Oh, by the way, so we said we're doing Matt next. Why is she Arya? Because
She's a little
is
warrior.
little warrior. Yeah, she is the most heart I've ever met out of like one of the people. She's fierce.
And you know what? She's the type to like get her revenge. Like she will not. She will not. You know, she'll do anything in her power to get justice.
Kelly has a list. I think you guys don't know it, but Kelly has a list. So it kind of makes sense. It's
Are you
like,
saying some of
okay.
the people that are gone now?
Hey, you know what? Some people that aren't here
Terrible.
anymore may have been on the list. I don't know what's happening. Whatever. But Kelly could definitely
Cue Chris
be,
Jericho. You just made the
Yeah,
list.
right. Oh yeah, I love it. That's
Sarah.
right. Oh my
And
god.
who's next?
All right, so Matt. After Matt, though, we're going to do. Let me see. After Matt is going. Wow, do 1, 2, 3, 4.
See,
Yeah,
Kat,
let's do it
you're
quick
on
then.
it.
8,
Let's go
9,
quick.
10, 11, 12.
Yeah, we'll go quick.
All right, after Matt's going to be Jessica.
Okay.
All right.
So Matt. Who is Matt?
Matt.
Tyrell.
You guys know?
I mean, not Tyrell.
Tyrion
Tyrion Lannister.
Tyrion. Yes.
Matt is 100% Tyrion
Yes.
Lannister.
He's a talker.
He's a freaking smart ass.
He's a
That's what
talker
it
and
is.
he's tiny.
He drinks and he knows
So
things.
forget
but he
about his
doesn't really drink.
stature. He drinks, he knows things.
doesn't
He's
really
100% a talker. That's who Matt is.
Yep.
Next up is Jessica. For all of you guys who want to guess,
And
Jessica.
yes, because he's short.
He is short. Guess now. How in the world? Bravo, Cat. Very nice. Yeah, Cat. I'm curious to see who you think Jessica is. He's totally Tyrion Lannister. Matt's Littlefinger. I'm calling it right now. All right, so we're gonna give them a little time to get their predictions in for Jessica. But you any more about Matt?
No, I mean, Matt
It
just
just
makes
clears
sense
it
for
up.
Tyrion.
He-
Look at the pictures.
Yeah.
They're literally at the same level right there because they are at the same height.
No,
it's literally
they're
that
just-
close.
He's just a smart ass.
But he is. No,
Matt has got, like, if he could get anywhere, it's with his words.
there you go. And that's the thing. Tyrion, I don't have to be a warrior using. I don't have to be a warrior using a sword.
Yeah.
I can be a warrior using my
Knowledge.
tongue.
All right, so
And
we
it was
got
like,
Jessica up next. Guys in the chat, I'm really curious. There's only two left. It's Jessica and Maverick. So Maverick's going to be after Jessica, but who do you think Jessica is? We know back
Already
here.
know.
I'm really curious to see who they think Jessica is.
Man. No, you guys got to remember, you know who Jessica is. She's there.
She's on the
doing
news feed with me.
and everything. It's-
She does a lot of our big news stories. She was just on this
oh,
week earlier.
Boy.
Who is
it's
Jessica?
a good one. I mean, they're good choices. You guys still got people left that you can choose. I mean, Melisandre's there. I mean, you got a lot of people.
All right, well, Kat doesn't know who Jessica would be, but Kat, get your guesses going for Maverick. Jessica would be none other than Daenerys Targaryen. Khaleesi herself. Why
Yes.
is Jessica Khaleesi? Get your votes in for Maverick, by the way. Why is she Khaleesi?
Aw, because she's the sweetheart. Like, she... If anybody, like, is in any way rightfully wrong or, like, accused of anything and she actually believes in second chances, or if she's, like, for sure know that this person's innocent, she will fight. She will fight. She's just a fair. She's a fair person.
She totally is the breaker of chains.
She is like she does see everyone on this one level playing
Right.
field. Like everyone is equal, and like people. You see Jessica, and first thing they think is, "Oh, okay, she's cute, she's blonde, she's this, so she won't talk to me." If you guys have ever seen her at a con,
Yeah.
she does the same thing this one does. Where if someone passes by, "Hey, how you doing?
Yeah.
Oh my god!"
You
She'll
think we know
stop
each other
and they'll
forever.
start handshaking with you, talking to you, and they'll talk for hours. And you're like, "Yeah, we've got to do stuff." And you're like, "What? But this person wants to talk right now." And you're like,
We'll just
but-
bring her along.
Yeah, and it's like that's how she is.
Yeah.
And it's just like,
Sweetheart.
okay, so it's just I'll reach down, I'll chit chat with everyone. Everyone deserves respect, and that's what.
Put it this way.
Maverick's
If we were-
up next, by the way. Maverick's up next. Go ahead.
Right. Put it this way. If we were doing a dodgeball team, everybody would want to be on her team.
Yep. There you go. There you go.
That's
there
true.
you go.
All right, so next up is Maverick. Now we haven't seen Maverick in a while. She was on a video game stream with us not that long ago.
Mm-hmm.
But Maverick is flying around the world right now. But
Yeah.
she has been on. Well, she was on. She does a lot of our con coverage stuff. But Maverick, anybody want to take a guess out there in the chat room who Maverick
Oh,
would be?
you guys, come
Give
on.
me some. All right, how about this? Fun, Daniel. You know Maverick kind of well.
Mm-hmm.
Who? Give me some. We did the Westworld show together. You, me, and Maverick.
Yeah.
Give me some traits that Maverick has.
Nice, polite, in some ways.
And sticks to her beliefs.
Sticks to her beliefs. Very. She has a high moral caliber, I guess, but she doesn't force it upon you. So that's kind of like that's
Okay,
her
I think I know.
characteristics. You think you already know, huh?
I think I know. Because right when you're saying
Right.
that, the
Oh, it
character
starts
from Game
coming
of
through?
Thrones, similar
Oh.
to that. Probably.
Oh,
Wow.
so Gemma
Somebody-
says Marjorie.
Yeah,
Marjorie.
I agree.
Ooh.
I agree.
Anna says, let's
Ooh.
keep these predictions. Let's keep up these predictions. There's only one left.
There's only one.
There's only one left, and that's Maverick. Oh, Cat doesn't know. Is there two?
I agree with
Then
you.
there's one.
No way. Is that, do we have more?
No, you're right. That's it.
All right.
Yeah, that's it. Last
Yeah,
one.
so Maverick, take your guess. Well, we got no guesses. We got Marjorie's. That's the only guess we got so far. Maverick.
And I agree that one. Is that one it?
No.
What?
Maverick is none other the first gender bit in this whole thing.
Yes.
Jon Snow.
Boom.
You're right.
Maverick is 100% Jon Snow.
Literally, what I gave you guys as far as the description, that's
Right.
that's Jon Snow.
Yeah, I can see that.
She is noble. She will do what she believes in. She's gonna stand up for what's right.
She'll do what he did tonight and be like, I can't lie. This is it.
No.
This is it. It's just honest. That's her. That's her.
Yeah, she's
That's-
100% John. Yeah, man, everyone thought Marjorie. I understand
right?
that because
I did too,
I
because
get
in a
it.
way, she was the same way. She stood up for what she really believed, which was for
Help
the
the people.
people.
Help the people.
Help the people.
I guess they both could be.
Yeah.
Those are both good choices, right on the edge. All right, we're gonna.
Did we do Brianna?
Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
Okay.
Yeah.
We did everyone, man. This is great. Wow.
All right,
So,
we only have a few minutes left here. Let's take some phone calls. If you want to call us, you can at that hashtag show. Daniel and Maya are going to be talking Game of Thrones, and myself are going to be talking Game of Thrones.
That's right.
Daniel's going to be taking love advice things
hey,
for
yeah,
Game of
if you
Thrones.
guys got,
We're
whatever.
doing the
And
whatever.
Myra's going to be talking about anything you want.
Yeah.
But we will talk mainly about Game of Thrones tonight. So if you guys want to give us a call, please call in right now. That hashtag
Yes.
show on Skype.
See?
There's spaces in between. I almost think that, but there was no.
Jon Snow, but there is no
Oh, yeah,
such
sorry.
name. I'm
Sorry.
sorry. It's
We-
Argon. What is
Well,
it?
I was going to say what we want to do is we actually want to take your predictions for next season of Game of Thrones.
Jon Snow. There is no such name.
What do you
I love
think's
that.
gonna happen?
I love that. Jon Snow.
There is no such name. It's what
That's true.
Targaryen?
It's,
What's his name now?
Aegon.
Aegon
Targaryen.
Targaryen. Maverick
Yes,
would be
you're
Aegon
right.
Targaryen.
Predator,
we gotta wait.
Predator,
Wait,
you're
wasn't
right.
that his dad's name? Like the brother?
Eddard. No,
Aegon?
Eddard
Aegon?
Stark.
No, but no, her brothers. Khaleesi's brothers.
I don't remember.
Yeah, it's one of them.
One of
It's
them,
one of
yeah.
them.
It's her dad.
Rhaegon.
Her dad,
Yeah.
his
Yeah.
dad.
All right, we got our first call. Who is it?
Ooh, Cat.
Answer it.
Go ahead, press.
Kat, what's up? We want to hear your Game of Thrones theory from next week or next
Be
year,
connected.
next season.
So, Cat, do us a huge favor and give us your Game of Thrones theory for next week.
Not next week because there's no episode next week.
Probably Jon Snow getting the throne easily.
Getting what easily? The throne. That's a theory.
Yep.
That's a theory.
You think so? Okay. Do you think that's gonna happen next year?
Well, it has to, right? Because the last season.
Well, we don't
Or
necessarily.
2019?
Like I
Oh,
said,
yeah, we don't know who's it. Yeah,
I
you're
don't
right.
think Jon Snow's going to get the throne at all. I think he's going to give it up. He's going to say, I don't want it. I'm going to give it to the person I think is going to make real change.
Kat, do you think that will be the case?
Probably.
Probably. What do you think? What do you think, Myra?
I don't know. That's a hard one because it's like they're already doing it.
Right.
Him and Khaleesi is like, if he finds out he's the rightful heir, I think because John is so true to to his responsibilities, like with the wall. You know,
Well,
he had to do
now
his
the wall is
responsibilities.
nothing,
But
so-
now that he knows that he's gonna find out that that's his rightful place, that's his thing.
Well,
you know.
that's true because the reason he is at the wall is because he feels he can make the most effective change.
Well, I have
there.
a question for
But
Kat.
if he finds out, oh my
But
god,
then
I
you
can
gotta
be the
remember
king.
he thought he was a bastard.
No,
so he's
that's
like,
true.
yeah.
That's true. But
Hold
if
on,
he
I have
finds
a
out
question,
can be
I
the
have a
king,
question, I have
I
a-
can make the most influential change.
Exactly.
I have a question for
That's
Kat.
true.
Kat, you still there? Kat?
Yeah.
All right, so my question for you is how were you so accurate on your predictions for our hashtag cast for
I
figuring out who we
know.
are?
Yeah.
Well, actually, I can say this because it's like, I hate myself because it's almost 2 in the morning here, and I love you guys enough to.
Oh, you're amazing. You're so
Thank
sweet.
you so much.
I just would like to admit it is like the 28th already, and I forgot the post yesterday. Ugh. It's actually funny enough. It's literally been 3 months since I joined the chat rooms with you guys. I
That's amazing.
totally forgot about that.
So that's amazing. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Happy anniversary. Thank
So
you for being
within
with us
3
so long.
months, how were you able to figure out like
Kelly.
who would be who
Yeah.
on Game of Thrones?
Hey, let me taste
Well,
that.
Joe was easy. Joe was easy. His personality instantly Jamie Lannister. I could tell.
I agree. But who else did you have on?
She was dead on with
true.
with Kelly as being
Yeah.
Arya.
Yeah. Like how'd you get that?
What made?
I'm gonna sound like a stupid person for this. I took that online quiz of which character I'm getting. I got Arya. I was like, that's not me. That's more Kelly. I can see
That's super interesting.
Kelly's personality.
That is so dope.
You got a lot of us right, which is pretty
Yeah,
surprising.
I'm
So
like,
that-
wow, congrats.
Kudos to you. I mean, that means you know us fairly decently. I'm really
Right.
curious to see if we do another one of these kind of things, like
Right.
another kind of fandom thing, who everybody would guess of, like who everybody would be.
But also, you're doing a great job by being able to. But it's also us really being ourselves, and like on camera, we're being
Right.
ourselves, and people are able to see it, and that's cool. It's
Yeah.
just
be able
it's
to
this
recognize
connection.
your personality.
Yeah, it's this connection that we're having with our fans. It's just, I love it.
I would
love
say
it so
this
much.
though: if Brian were in the United States right now,
Ooh, Jon
and
Snow.
yeah, he would be Jon Snow,
Boom.
and easily,
For sure.
easily Maverick would be Marjorie Tyrell.
Yep.
I think that would be the easy flop.
Yeah.
instant, just right there.
100%.
I can
So,
see that.
Kat, thank you so much for all your support. I'm sorry it's so late. I mean, thank you. I appreciate you
Right.
staying up late with us, though.
I know.
Definitely.
Oh, wait, I actually I ended up watching Twin Peaks tonight.
Oh, don't give
Yes,
me
you
any
did.
spoilers
Yeah,
yet because
don't-
I
no
haven't seen it
spoilers.
yet.
No spoilers.
Wait,
You know how
give me
funny?
one thing. Give me one thing.
You're
Give me one
asking
thing.
her not to spoil, but we're spoiled.
We're spoiling Game of Thrones. Give me one thing about Twin Peaks. Was it good?
It was good. Cooper's son dies. That's all.
Oh my
Wait,
god!
what? Wait, you just said Cooper's son dies?
That's a
You just
spoiler!
Wait.
Oh, that was great.
Cooper's son
That was
dies?
great.
Wait, so now you're stopping me like Cooper's son? You mean, what's his name's son? Dougie's?
No, don't tell me. Shut
Oh,
up.
fine. Okay, never mind. I'm sorry, Kat. Oh
Alright.
my god.
Kat.
I will chat with you in a message.
Thank you so much for calling in. You were amazing, and thank you for staying up late with us. And we hope to talk to you at our next call-in, which will be next week. When you're at Disney World.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
I know, have fun at Disney World. I'm so
Not
jealous.
yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
She won't be there yet, but she'll
Okay,
be
cool.
at Disney World.
Cool.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, Kat, take tons of pictures so Mike can
Yes.
share them on Bippity.
Yep.
Bippity
Oh, we
Bop
didn't remember
Boom.
that.
That's
Bippity
right.
Bop News. Myra Show has a Facebook page.
Yes.
Join it. Myra will share out those pictures if you send them to her.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So take videos, take pictures. Myra will send them out on Bippity Boppity News.
I will. Well,
Awesome.
I'm gonna be there for the next scary Halloween party, so I'm gonna be trying to get tons of stuff from that.
Awesome.
Okay.
Take some
Cool.
video too. We'll share that out too.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for calling, Kat.
No problem.
All right, we'll talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye. Good night.
All right, let's get some more.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Let's get some more phone calls going on right now. Talk to us about Game of Thrones. What you think your theory is going to be for next season?
Yes.
While we
Deliver
wait for a
theory.
phone call, Daniel, let's hear your theory for next season.
Okay. My theory for next season, because it's the last season, I think that Jamie is going to kill Cersei.
Very popular theory.
I mean, it's a prophecy. I mean, it just makes sense. But the how and the when is kind of interesting. I am hearing that theory about Bran not being the Night King, which I heard that recently. But Bran whispering in the ear of.
Oh, you're giving all the
man-
theories away then.
I'm just saying.
Just
I
give us
heard
one.
about
Just
that.
give us
Okay,
one.
all right, fine. That's it.
What's your top theory?
Definitely. Cersei is going to die, and it's going to be at the hands of her brother, and it's going to be a duplication of what's happened already before. He will kill her. He will sit there on the throne, and then immediately Jon will walk in, and he'll be like, "Well, I've heard," and he's gonna ready to give it to Jon, but Jon's gonna say no, and he's gonna say it belongs to my queen, and that's when he'll give it to Dany. Dany will sit on the throne. That's where we end.
That's
You know
how
what?
it ends.
I totally did a
That's how
180.
I feel.
I totally did a 180 with my theory.
Okay.
Guys, if you want to call in, now's the time. We want Game of Thrones theories for next season.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
Oh, totally 180. If you notice when she made a comment when she was talking to Tyrion, like, I wish I could just leave and just live my, because while she was touching her stomach, and
Can you put in the chat how they can reach us on Skype?
Yes, sir.
Oh.
So I'm thinking, what if shit goes so bad where Jamie just flee and start their life?
With Cersei?
I think Jamie is so done with her.
After the fact that she stood there and was about to kill him, I think that he's like,
Yes,
fuck
Jamie
this.
killing
Because she's
Cersei.
stubborn. She's
I-
so stubborn.
I think he's like, peace out. Oh, winter is here. The
Yeah.
snowflakes hit his arm.
Yeah.
I actually thought that was blood for a second.
I
And
thought it was
like,
Ash
man.
at first, and I was like, "Oh my God, is the Night King already on his way?"
Here's the thing
For
that
sure.
here's
That's what I
the thing
thought.
with Jamie right now is that he has this whole thing where he killed the Mad King and everyone gave him the name Kingslayer, which is a slanderous term.
Mm-hmm.
But he did it for the greater good of everybody else. Now Cersei did the same exact thing and killed everybody with wildfire, and he wasn't there to stop
When
it.
he showed up, I thought he was gonna already.
I don't think
do
he
it.
would be able to stop it anyways.
Yeah. Well, he could have killed her and stopped it.
He wouldn't.
Well, now I think he has motivation too. But he did leave this. He did leave tonight on his own.
Yeah, he
to
did.
go fight the North. And he
Well,
said, "I'm
because,
going to keep my
he's
own."
a man of his word.
And
Because a Lannister
that's
always
what's an
plays his
interesting thing though, because I think he's an oath breaker when he killed the Mad King, and this is his sense of redemption of being like, you know what, I understand what people think. We said we're gonna do this.
Yeah.
I'm actually gonna do this.
Yeah.
And and not the Lannister army behind him, just Jaime.
Yeah.
So this is what's super interesting. 2 Lannister brothers together. Hopefully he makes it there.
Yeah.
The 2 Lannister
yeah.
brothers together, and it's just Cersei. And at the end, oh man, they got to fight the White Walkers. But man, Jaime.
I want to see that bank army.
The Iron Army.
Pretty much,
The
I
Iron
think-
Bank.
Like they have
The Iron
elephants.
Bank
I was
Army.
like, what?
Pretty much, it's just hey, like it's pretty much like purchasing the Unsullied, but it's like we have even more money, so we can also pay for the elephants too and whatever they
Imagine.
tigers. I don't.
Well,
forget
we're waiting
there.
for your phone calls. While we wait, we're gonna go up next to Myra. Give me your big theory for next season.
Guys, hit us up right there on Skype.
Hit us up on
I know.
Skype.
Hit us up, guys. Honestly, I don't know. It could go so because this show has been going 180, like with the whole dragon thing, and I was not expecting that. I was like, what the?
I have a crockpot theory, but I'll save that.
Oh, that's a good. I love
Yeah,
crackpot
right.
theories.
Do
My
it.
favorite.
Do it.
Well, no, do
Yeah.
yours first.
No,
We
no,
want your regular
curious.
theory.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I don't know. I don't know. It could go like I honestly think what.
Well, one that you said earlier, I thought was really good.
Yeah.
That's
was
true,
that-
Oscar.
was
He
that-
wasn't even in Lannister
Was that
armor.
Braun? But was that not Braun? But the Hound was going to kill the Mountain. I think that's a great
Oh
theory.
yeah, that one too. Well, yeah, he kind of confirmed it.
Well,
I'm gonna
did he?
deal
'Cause
with
he
you.
just no. He just said, "You know
You're-
that this isn't your end.
Yeah.
You know who is." All he said was, "You know who is going to be
You
your
know
end."
And
he
you
meant
know he
him.
meant him.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
I love
But
they were
I
eye
just-
to eye, and he's like, "This is what you did to
Ooh.
me, and now look at you."
Oh
Right.
boy.
I love it. I
Who's an
love it.
ugly fuck now?
Yeah, right. I love that. Who's an ugly fuck now? Oh my gosh. Oh, that's so good. Crackpot theory.
Now, let me get
Oh,
my
okay.
theory.
Okay,
in.
cool.
While we wait, again, you can hit us up on Skype. We are waiting for your calls. My theory is, and this is Brianna's theory. I'm going to steal it from Brianna. She's on your show.
Oh yeah.
But I'm not stealing it, but I'm going to say it because
She's
Brianna's
bo-
not
he's
here.
borrowing
Right, right.
Borrowing it. Brianna believes that Bran is the cause of all of this. What I mean by
Oh
that...
no, I'm sorry. Black Panther is my answer for you to cosplay as, not Cyborg. Black Panther.
Yeah. What?
Jalen earlier, I'm sorry, I noticed he said, who should he cosplay as?
I think you should cosplay...
Black Panther,
oh, hold on. We got a phone call.
Go ahead.
Calling from Kingston, Jamaica, it's Anna Mills!
What's
Hey,
going on,
Anna, how
Anna?
you doing? Psych, I just look stupid now for saying that.
Uh,
Anna, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
How are you?
Good.
Perfect. Did you like Game of Thrones tonight?
Yes.
Yes.
Right?
What was your favorite scene?
Everything.
Yes.
Right?
That's a
Exactly.
great
Nice,
answer. That's a great
nice.
answer. Give us your theory for next season, Anna.
It's a mix of different theories.
Ooh.
Well, I love different theories. I love
right?
it.
I can see that Jamie is going to kill Cersei.
Yeah.
We're on it.
I am also picking an out there theory
Okay.
because John or his new name,
All right.
since he can also because of the dragon first, when he was touching the dragon and the dragon recognized him,
Yeah.
could he possibly take control of this dragon that has now been,
The Ice King dragon, the dead one?
yeah.
Ooh, that's a good theory
But I
too.
don't
wonder.
know.
Because they did say that only Targaryens can control the dragon.
Now they did say only Targaryen, but that's not true, obviously, because since the Ice King's
What if
controlling
he's
it,
Well, what if the
Targaryen?
Ice King is Targaryen?
it's possible.
Because I know in
What
the
if
book,
he
in the
is
book,
the-
in the book,
the
he's
Mad
supposed to be.
King?
Yeah. Well,
Ooh, that's a good
wait.
theory,
How could it be
too.
with the origin that they gave him? He's one of the first men.
Well,
Yeah,
remember, he's the first, but they don't know how first. But he is the
it
first.
could change. It
technically.
could change for the show. That's a
Well, no, on the
great
show
theory.
they gave him the
Oh, they
origin
did
of
give him the
being
origin, yeah.
one of the first men, and then those tree people shoved
By the
the
way,
pistol
if
into his chest.
you're watching,
to protect
yeah, they
him.
did show that.
Oh, the glass,
dragon glass.
to turn him into a protector.
Anybody that wants the backstory on Game of Thrones, there's this thing on YouTube you can watch. It's the origins of Game of Thrones, and it's voiced by all the actors from the first season that are in it, and they
It
do
is
their
so
voiceover
good.
for each one of their houses. Like Sean Bean does the Starks.
Yep.
Cersei and Jaime, and I think Tyrion do the Lannisters. It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's really good. Check it out. But I love that theory, Anna.
Yeah.
Great job.
So what else, Anna? Because you said there were a mixture. Do you have any more?
Let's see. I think somebody mentioned in the chat that maybe John may be I mean, Adrian would be killed. That's another thing. I agree with that.
Who would be killed?
Because
Oh, Aegon. John. John.
Yeah,
John.
yeah, Aegon, yeah.
Yeah, John's now Aegon.
Okay. Huh.
Yeah, what if he sacrifices himself or something?
Could easily happen.
Yeah, I could see that.
John's
100%.
going to get killed. It's going to crush Daenerys. She's going to freak out and kill everyone.
What are you reading?
Ooh.
Oh, the chat?
Yeah, that's what she's referring to. I mean, I can get that. But is she so quick to fall in love with John?
Well, it
I
looks
don't
like
know.
it. Looks like it.
I don't
Those
know.
googly eyes.
Those bullshit.
And that curly hair.
All that curly hair.
Now, I like the fact.
And that butt.
I like the
Yeah,
fact
yeah.
They're going
that.
crazy over that.
And those battle
That's
scars.
what you, like when Ro was like, "Oh, poop," or whatever he said.
Pooh Bear.
I like the fact. I love those theories, by the way. Question I have for you, Anna. Now that you've given us your theories, when you were predicting your Game of Thrones hashtag cast members, who was the one that surprised you the most?
Well, Littlefinger was the one because I thought it was going to be Sam. But dead on was Kelly and Arya.
Yeah,
That one was a given. Yeah. I
Kelly's
agree.
easily Arya. Anybody that knows Kelly knows that she would be Arya
Yeah,
Stark.
yeah.
Anna, thank you so much for calling in, and we will talk to you on the next After Dark. Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Sweet.
Thank you. Have a
Thank
good time in
you.
Kingston. Oh man, it sounds like such a
Thank
fun
you.
place. I wish I was in
Right.
Kingston, Jamaica.
Bye.
All right, so we'll take time for about one more call if you
One more
guys got
call,
one
yeah.
in. But I have my theory, and it's Brianna's theory, so I'm not going to steal it. It's because Brianna is on this show
Right.
and she's probably watching. So Brianna's theory is this: is
She's
that
like shaking the fist.
Right? She's watching right
I
now.
wanted to be on this.
Joseph!
Brianna's theory is that this is all Bran's fault, and Bran, since he can go back in time now and kind of do things back in time, that he's the one that actually sent the Mad King crazy. So maybe things get crazy enough, and he's like, "No, I can change this," and he tells the Mad King.
And it just went out crazy.
Winners, or he said the White Walkers are coming, the White Walkers are coming, and that turned into Winter is coming. That also could have turned into burn them all, and he burns everybody in the whole thing because he
they're
drives
all
Mad
going-
King crazy.
Well, because he
we
tries to-
obviously
yeah.
know that it happened with Hodor.
Yeah.
So now maybe, possibly, we could see that this is what happened to the Mad King that drove him insane.
And
So
it
okay,
makes
so
sense to me.
what? So that means it could lead to this theory too, where Ron can figure out that I can actually alter time.
He already knows that,
And
though.
then so what
I
if
think. I don't know about.
what-
He can go back in time. I don't know if he can alter it though.
I don't think
if
he
you
hasn't
go back-
discovered
If
that
he knows
yet.
the Hodor
You
thing
can
now,
go back in time
Yeah.
and make the change, and you can alter it.
But that's
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
You know?
What if it like ends up being really corny to where he just goes back before where the children make the walker,
or he
Well,
becomes one,
or he just stops it,
or he
you
just
know, like-
becomes one, and he is the
Night
first
King?
Night King.
like he sacrifices himself.
He's like, well, this is kind of what you have to do in order to save like the kingdom.
So
and
he
you have
thinks
to-
that's because Bran unfortunately doesn't get things right. Let's be honest. So that's
he's
I
the
mean,
one
Hodor,
Stark that doesn't.
like literally he's the one that's like, oh hey, I'm gonna try to
Well,
fix things.
well,
Well, you
after
fucked it up
tonight-
more.
Well, after tonight, I think it was confirmed that there's still so much for him to learn.
That's very true
Yeah.
because it was like, oh, I know this, and Sam was
I
like,
know
you don't know
everything.
everything, you dumb fuck. Here it goes. Like, yeah,
By the way,
literally,
I love
he
that
leaned
scene.
he
Sam
leaned
is
in
totally like, oh,
Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
right. What is that? Like literally, I love it how a moment it kind of knocked him down a little bit where he was like, oh well, I don't know everything.
We're taking one last phone call. If you guys want to call in, one last phone call. If not, we're gonna wrap up this show. But
Crackpot Theory?
Crackpot Theory. Before we wrap it up, if you want to get your phone call in, get it in now. But
Yeah.
give us a Crackpot Theory.
So
Daniel.
my crap out theory, I would love to see it end this way, but I know it's not going to. Where ultimately our last scene, picture it, it's a giant battle. We get everything happening, and ultimately in the end, it's the Night King standing over dead Jon Snow's body.
That ain't gonna
Everyone's done,
happen.
and we end the show.
Could happen.
Yeah.
Just like that.
Definitely. could
Just like
happen.
that.
Honestly, I would
It's
be. I think
how
that'd be,
no one would like it, and that's why it would
I
be
would-
like,
honestly,
come on, dude, it's Game of Thrones. George
I
R. R.
would
Martin,
respect that
he
ending.
hates everyone.
What?
He
I would
hates
respect
life.
that ending.
It would
I would
because
respect
ultimately
it.
it's just like, you know what? It's bigger than all of you,
Because that
and
comes.
this is how it
Because
ends.
it comes down to like being tired of happy endings, kind of thing. But I just feel like it's going.
It's
to.
literally the Game of Thrones.
I mean,
and
listen.
the one person who isn't playing it is the one
If
that
Jon
wins
Snow
it.
dies, it's
That
because
would
he
be dope.
sacrifices himself. Something.
I feel like there's a few people that aren't playing it because they could have had the crown already. But I do.
The Sopranos ending.
I do agree that like the happy ending is okay. The Hound kills the Mountain. Jaime kills Cersei. Jon ends up on the throne. Those are all happy endings. If I learned one thing from Game of Thrones season 1, when you thought Ed Stark was going to be like the guy, he dies before the season finale, I believe.
That lets you know.
So it lets you know
safe.
right away that nobody's safe. So
And that's what I'm
I
saying.
don't think
You know, if
Game
Jamie
of Thrones,
does have an affair with someone, it's gonna be
Brienne.
Yep.
But
I
then
love how you
Tormund's
said-
gonna get all
Yeah.
pissed off. He's
I
like,
love Jalen.
I
That
want
is-
little fighters and redhead kids and
Right?
big
Yeah,
giant.
you big giant.
I love that character.
I love how
It's one of my
Jalen
favorites.
said it, where it's like, my theory might sound stupid, but I think that maybe Jamie will have an affair with someone.
For sure. For sure.
I think definitely
She's
that's
totally
going to
all
happen.
over it.
I think
Jamie
he's
is
done.
effing
I honestly
everyone.
think that Jamie's done with women. I think he's like, this kind of screwed me up,
Oh, really?
and like I'm dead. I'm done.
Well, yeah, he's been
Another
through a
thing
lot.
too, it could be the. There's a couple things that could push Jamie to kill Cersei even quicker.
Great
One,
Predator, we're on the same level.
one is that she fakes this whole pregnancy thing, and he finds out, or she plays the pregnancy thing with Euron Greyjoy, and they
We'll
become like a
see.
thing, and
That's-
that's another.
And that also pisses them off.
And it
Yeah,
also
and
pisses
that
him
would be
off.
the
Either
thing.
way,
We'll
either
see.
way, both happen. I do think,
Oh
however,
no. She fakes a pregnancy, so what she tries to do to sew it up is have sex with the Greyjoy.
That's
dude.
what I'm saying.
He
That's what
figures,
he's saying,
oh, okay,
yeah.
never mind. I'm
I
sorry.
don't know. I don't see that. I feel like that would be another story to go into. We don't have that time.
We only
in
have
this
like 7
season.
episodes
Yeah.
left.
Yeah,
But
that's true.
listen, this season 7,
They're an hour
Game
long.
of Thrones. The only thing I regret about this season is that you didn't give us a full 10 episodes. Like,
Right? I was like,
it did
what's
seem
that?
like they're rushing with seven
They are.
episodes.
Uh-huh.
This reminds me a little bit of Lost. If anybody watched Lost out there, when they went from like the 22 or 23 story arc all the way down to the 16,
yeah.
it got kind of compacted. I felt like we're
We
rushing
had
a
a
little
whole
too quick.
season about a freaking.
So I thought this one might be really rushed.
Humvee.
It did seem
Yeah.
quick. Like a lot of the
You know,
turns
I
were
didn't
so
mind
quick.
it though because it's like when you see the people that were complaining about like, oh, how fast ravens fly and how.
Oh my god!
I wasn't one
It's
of
a
those
show.
guys.
I
You're
wasn't either.
accepting a dragon flying around.
I wasn't one of those guys, but
I
I
know,
understood.
Yeah,
come on.
I understood that, like, okay, there's some holes here.
Yeah,
Like, you
I
know what I
realize
get
that
it.
it's it's a fair like a fantasy
Yeah,
story.
exactly.
Like, I want this
So
shit
was
to
that your
happen.
crackpot theory?
Mike, that's how it ends. Predator also, he said, "Oh, I had that idea earlier."
Mm-hmm.
You and me are on the same wavelength, man. 'Cause trust me, I said it before we even.
You got a
started shooting.
crackpot theory?
Okay,
Like one
I'll
to
make
ten?
one up.
Yeah, that's what we
Okay.
love.
What if instead of Jon Snow dying,
Mm-hmm.
Khaleesi dies because she sacrifices herself, and that's how
And
Jon
John
Snow
takes the
ends up
kingdom. That's a great
Oh
theory.
my God.
That's actually a really good theory.
But my only thing with it, I don't think she would sacrifice herself unless her children, which are her dragons, are all
Maybe
dead.
you don't never know. Maybe
If they all die-
everything goes to shit, and she's like,
That's
you
what
know
I'm
what?
thinking.
It's
If
my
they all
turn to
die, then
sacrifice.
she'll do it because I think.
Because I think that's what's gonna
her whole-
happen.
her
A
whole
dragon
thing
for
is-
a dragon. Another dragon's gonna die.
well, that's
Actually,
why I
I
think
think-
Bron's
I
gonna
think the
Bron's
two-
gonna be the hero and kills that dragon because they set it up that
Unless-
he's the one who can do that. So Bronn has to go with Jamie, and I think that's gonna happen.
Unless
Well, then they're on the
Bronn
same side now.
takes the
Well,
mind
not
of
technically.
the mind of the dead dragon.
Who? Bran?
Yeah. What if he?
I don't
does
think
that?
that's going to happen because I don't think he can
He can
control
fly.
dragons. He can fly, but he can't control dragons.
Why can't he control a dragon?
Because only Targaryens can control dragons.
Well, in that way, but he is.
I don't think he
he's
can
a
warg.
three-eyed
I
raven!
don't think he can warg into a dragon.
Damn.
I don't think. Hey, listen, I'm not confirming this. I'm not
Right.
Jar Jar
Right,
Martin.
right.
I'm not. Remember when JD cosplayed as Jar Jar Martin accidentally?
Oh, that's every day.
He did. He wore
we,
the-
we made him do it. It was.
He wore the suspenders, the black shirt. Whole thing.
No, he didn't know.
I think. All right, so that's a good one. Actually, that's a pretty good.
I like that.
Well, just
I
because
like
think
it.
about it. She had to kill her husband,
Uh-huh.
and she sacrificed her son, and then again, another dragon's gonna have to die.
Khaleesi better not die.
I know. I hope she doesn't, but it would make sense because I think it gets to the point where she realizes, like, wow, I was for my people. I'm gonna sacrifice for my people. You know, because she's
she
at
is
that
that person.
right.
Oh my gosh.
So we'll see.
Crackpot theory is going to be.
I like that.
We'll
one.
see.
I think that John's gonna refuse the throne.
Okay.
could be
Khaleesi's gonna
another
die.
way. Well, no, I don't think if she dies, I don't think
I
he
think-
would.
I
just
think
because
she's
of the
gonna
fact
die.
that he
He's gonna
believes-
refuse the throne.
Because he even bowed down to her as queen.
But
Why
the
would
one
you
that
give
could
that away?
end up on the throne is one out of two people. I think, possibly straight up crackpot, Sansa,
No, oh my God, no.
Or-
Please, no.
or it's going to be Tyrion.
I prefer Tyrion.
And
For Tyrion, definitely not.
I think a lot of people would, but I do think that Sam's going to be the maester.
No.
But
You
I
just
think
opened one. Let's just say Jon and Khaleesi's. Sansa would be the North, and then Tyrion will be King's Landing.
yeah, like the
Yeah, so
head
it's
of
like they
Lannister house.
all-
It could end up
It's gonna
that
be
way
like-
too. Shadowbird, what are you doing? She just joined the chat. What up, girl?
Hey, what's up? What's up?
But I think that's definitely a possibility
Right.
that we could be entering into.
Man, it would be amazing
see.
nonetheless.
Honestly,
Really
the
good.
I'm
Night
actually
King
curious,
thing's
did
really
they-
good.
Did they actually get weapons now? Because they were there for a while. Did they ever?
Like dragon glass weapons, yeah.
They
believe so.
better have, man.
But I mean, he killed him with a dragon glass knife.
Yeah.
well,
Yes, he
because
did.
he already had one.
But I think that, I don't know if it was mined or if that was one he had though.
right? I mean, they better be working it.
Yeah.
But the thing is, well, she is like telling them no anyway for anything. I doubt she's gonna let them come back and do the mining.
Who's one character, and this is going to be the last question of the
So she
night.
is
By the
not
way, we
working.
are taking phone calls if you want to call in on Skype at that hashtag
Yeah,
show,
I
but
mean,
this is
we're
going to
here.
be my last question of the night,
Mm-hmm.
and for the both of you, is who do you not want to die next season?
Yawan? I don't want Tyrion to die.
I don't think he will.
Yeah, I don't.
I don't want him to die either.
Yeah, I don't think.
I don't want her to die.
I don't want Khaleesi to die either, but I have a feeling she's gonna be.
I personally don't want my representative Jamie to die.
Oh,
Because,
really?
well, here's the deal. I didn't like Jamie in the beginning, but
What if like they busted Romeo and Juliet?
they could. I didn't like Jamie in the beginning, but we are so alike that now I don't want him to die. But I think he's going to eventually
Yeah,
next season.
maybe
I
he'll
feel
like poison the wine and be like, "Drink with me," and then.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, that's going to do it for us here at that hashtag show After Dark, our
Hot
special
pie.
Hot Pie. I think that this is our special Game of Thrones season finale, season 7 finale.
I think it went well.
It went well.
Yeah.
You can join us here on our channel watching all sorts of things. Myra's on Disney, Daniel's on everything. But Myra, where can we find you on the social media?
Facebook, Bippity Boppity News, and Instagram, Myrax.
There you go.
Twitter?
No Twitter.
No Twitter. No. Daniel?
You can find me as Battlestar Galactica.
Oh, by the way, sorry, hold on. Myra's show on Disney comes out every Friday. Check that out.
Right.
Disney's
Check
is
it out. Love to hear what you guys want us to do. Any B-roll at Disneyland, more than welcome. I love
Yes.
to show everybody, what they can experience. I'll go show you what you're missing out.
And if
Bring
you,
it to
if you guys also want more hashtag After Dark specials, we'll be willing
Yes.
to do them. But let us know.
Let us know.
But Daniel, where can we find you on social media?
Yeah, Battlestar Galactica on Instagram and Facebook. For Twitter, you can find me as what is it? I forgot. It's like that hashtag BSG.
Did you
That's how
forget
you
your
can find
Twitter?
me. Yeah, I do because it's like because they wouldn't let me change it to the one I want. I'm just kind of like,
What was it?
I want a Battlestar Galactica.
Why wouldn't let you change it?
It's too long.
Ah.
And I was like, what? Really? So
So keep
that
it simple.
hashtag BSG is. I hate you guys. Forget it.
Daniel, you're also doing a dating show. Is that correct?
That's right. Well, it's what it is. It's a geek enthused or geek themed love, relationship, and dating advice show. So we will be able to give you advice.
You listening, Jalen?
We'll give you advice on love, relationships, and dating. We'll be able to do that as far as like, hey, you know what? I'm new to dating. How do I do this on social media? Or I'm in a current relationship and this is something that I'm experiencing. What should I do?
Or
Do you
even
have
if you
any
know what,
ideas?
if you ever had an experience and you don't know, is she into me or is he into me? We can help you figure that out.
Exactly.
Also, if you want to ask questions for your love life, you can email us at THS fan questions. No, just
right.
fan questions.
Fan
Sorry,
questions.
forget the THS thing. Just fan questions at that hashtag show.com. What we're going to do is we're going to play them for Daniel and Sarah, and they're going to give you help on your love advice. It's not Loveline. It is for geeks. This is for geeks.
Yeah, this is for geeks.
For how you do it.
Unfortunately, we're kind of marginalized and overlooked, and we are a large part of the community. So we're here to help.
Yeah, and you can find me at that hashtag Joe. Oh, you have any shows coming on?
What do I have?
Oh,
Tuesday.
Tuesday, tune in. Mario Rabbids.
We're gonna have a big experience. Not even just an event.
Release
it's
party.
an experience as far as the release party.
coming?
For Mario Rabbids.
what?
Tuesday, Mario Rabbids. It's one of. Remember how we did Uncharted last week? We're doing that this
Yeah.
Tuesday.
I guess so.
If you can show up, it's going to be great.
Um,
So you can find me there. Coming up
Yeah,
soon.
you can find me at that hashtag Joe on all social media. You can also watch me over at ScreenRant.com. You can check out the news feed. You can check out More for Monday. Just kidding. We don't really put up More for Monday anymore because that guy's lazy over there. But we can check out the Ranger wrap up. But that's what we're doing. You can check us out also at thathashtagshow.com where we bring you the latest trending topics in geek pop culture. But also thank you for watching. And
Yes.
please hit that subscribe button, share, like, and subscribe. But thank you for watching. Hit that subscribe button. Whatever. It's ingrained in my head.
ingrained.
Hit that subscribe button. Stay up to date with everything trending.
In Geek Pop Culture! Give the north!